Perhatian sang putri merak yang tertiup angin aku Pavolia Reine dari holoID ID. Attention please, I'm Reine from holoID ID Generation 2. 皆様ごきげんよう。私、ホロライブインドネシア2期生パブリア・レイネと申しますの。以後見知りおきよ。Hi, welcome guys to today's Ace Attorney Investigations. 大丈夫だよ。ちょっと寒いんだけどね。It's a little bit cold, so I'm gonna get a little bit warm. How's my energy level? Dude, I just napped so much. It's crazy. Okay. Pembukaan apa itu? Ada hueknya. Di VR BTW. Iya tahu nih guys. Before this stream, I was actually watching a crime documentary, sort of. It's called The Perfect Neighbor, and most of the footage was actually from the police body cam. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of like when Paranormal Activity was released for the first time, and you guys were like, "Oh my god, it's found footage!" Revolutionary. That's so cool, right? But then now we have tons of found footage stuff, right? And seeing this thing, mostly shot from a police body cam. It's just found footage, but a little bit elevated. You get what you get it? Sounds scary? Well, I mean, you can look it up. It's a documentary. It's called The Perfect Neighbor. Yeah. It's hot. Yes. Okay, anyways. Woo! Dan. We have Ace Attorney Investigation Collection. Press any key. We are playing with mouse and keyboard. We have abandoned our controller ways. It's crazy and kind of controversial because we have played through most, if not all, of our Ace Attorney sessions with controller, but now, just right now, we are using mouse and keyboard. I don't know. I found comfort in mouse and keyboard actually, because with controller you gotta grip with both hands, right? And for mouse and keyboard I could just a tap, and I can just snack on my chocolate and get my stomach to hurt. Anyways, let's see. How can we summarize it? How can you summarize what happened? What happened last time? Did you eat all of the chocolate? It would be fitting for the case. Oh yeah, because there was a confectionery competition. So this case goes from past and future, right? And somebody was killed. Somebody was killed in the past during Gregory's time. Gregory's Edgeworth's father, and at that time, Eddie Fender was his apprentice, and basically this guy called Artie Frost was murdered. But then so case was finished, and so was guilty as accomplice. Yeah, so was guilty, but it turned out that first body was never found. So implying that somebody else snatched the body. It was prosecution doesn't even have the body, and they forged all this stuff, right? And then even the court records were altered. It turns out they never really caught the main suspect. Right? The main guy who did it. Because, they convicted this person for being, it turns out, an accomplice. And, well, fast forward 18 years to the future, we have Miles Edgeworth together with Eddie Fender back in this old crime scene, which is now a museum for, these eye sculptures. Which was adjacent to what Artie Frost was making. And then it's dang, why? Something similar happened to the case 18 years ago, basically. Use some, whatever, man. It's not important. But anyways, we're gonna watch Judy Bound's testimony because she seems suspicioso. Yeah. And I don't know, is this Judy Bound in the past or in the future? I think it's in the future, but I could be wrong. I think it's in the future. Yeah, because we were questioning. And Larry Larry found out that damn this tea tastes different. He dropped the tea. Yes. And we're gonna ask her, yo, why the tea tastes different? What is this? You know, why is there a secret teapot at the bottom of whatever thing you have? And you were pushing a cart with like different tablecloth color, you know, as Larry drew, right? Larry's actually a good artist. He has improved, you know. Yes. There's a minty taste in my early grade. Future Gregory's story has ended. Well, I guess so. Yeah. He's done. He's cooked. You know. He's like I'm find the truth, and then poof, he got shot with a DL6. Right? Yes. The test results have just come in, sir. Traces of a ubiquium were found in the teapot. They were? Just like Mr. Edgeworth said. Curse you! You'd better not think this means you beat me! God has priorities. You really need to drop this obsession with coming in first, Mr. Winner. We're all on the same side here, remember? We're all trying to get to the truth. Yes, gang, preach. What? But first is best. Everybody knows it's better to be a winner than a loser. That's really no way for a prosecutor to think. Not a successful one anyways. But Enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Please refrain from taunting the boy. What? He started it! What the heck? He started it! What do you mean stop taunting the boy? Huh? Ignore him, Eustace. He isn't worthy of your attention. Jeez, okay. But Gavel... Oh, alright. Why don't I take care of things here for now? In the meantime, you can perform the far more important task of going and checking on the victim. Oh, yeah, good idea. I'll be right back. Excellent. We shall see you shortly then. Mr. Winner's annoying but totally harmless. Judge Gavel, on the other hand. Now. Miss Bound, perhaps you could explain why traces of ubiquium were found in your teapot. I had no idea there was anything like that in there. Perhaps it's one of the ingredients in the dishwashing soap I use? So you're telling the court that you did not intentionally put ubiquium in the teapot? Yeah, oops, I spilled it! Yes, exactly, why would I don't know, why would you? That's kind of messed up! Until today, I had no idea that it could even be used to make poison gas. Nah, that's a lie.
Objection!
You're a trained actress, are you not, Miss Bound? Oh yeah, she's an actress, actually. I'd have thought you would be a more convincing liar. Damn, you know. She's a bad actor now, huh? What do you mean? You have access to the ultimate cookbook, correct? A book that just happens to contain instructions on how to create the poison gas used in the attack. Freaky. Meaning it's perfectly possible for you to know exactly how to make it. That's what Miles is saying, but like, I don't know. You're very well informed, Mr. Edgeworth. Wait, why is this? You know, how is sound actually? Like, I feel like this is like not loud on my end. Is it loud on your end, or is it like? Do we need to make it louder? Or is this too loud? I feel like this is like the right volume now. Sounds a bit low, right? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So, that's what I'm saying. Like, hold on, give me a sec. Hey, where's my explorer bar? Oh, what the hell? Oh, there we go. So, yeah. Now this is better, right? I don't know what's going on. Why suddenly low volume? I don't know. Miss Bound, is what Mr. Edgeworth said true? The book does contain information on how to make the poison gas, yes. But the fact that I have seen it doesn't make me guilty. Can I ask exactly how the gas was triggered? The victim used a blowtorch to heat the lid of one of the display cases, thereby melting the ubiquium. I see. But he locked himself in the room too, didn't he? Surely that and the fact that he triggered it himself. Wouldn't it point to being a suicide attempt? Nani? But she's not willing to admit to anything. Furthermore, where would I have gotten hold of the infesticide ultra? Oh, I don't know. Perhaps you stole it? You know, I did bump into Moody Judy a week or so ago. And that very evening, I noticed my infesticide ultra had gone missing. Judy, surely you didn't. Delicia, you carry your bag of pharmaceuticals with you everywhere, don't you? There would have been any number of opportunities for someone other than myself to steal it from you. That's true. I don't have any hard evidence that it definitely was Miss Bound who stole it. Judes, there's clearly something you're not telling us. Why don't you just come clean, Yes, we all know you never hurt somebody for no reason, so... Not you too. You think I'm guilty as well, Mr. Fender? Yes, I think you're guilty. Can you blame me? You've got one wing disguised as another, a gas trap in one of the display cases. And you're the proprietor of the establishment. It's looking a lot like you did it, kiddo. You've got this all wrong. You have to remember, the gallery doesn't have any security cameras, nor any security personnel. Oh yeah? And you would, take advantage of that? If some ill-intentioned person or other wanted to get in undetected, I don't think they'd have much of a problem. Well, other people don't know that, girl. Other people don't know that. Wow, you're practically asking to be burglarized. You need to be more careful. A great thief could have a field day in here. She's like, yeah, free reign for me, free real estate. And I don't think she was joking. And actually, it seems that Mr. Gusto did in fact enter the gallery before it opened. Sheesh. Here's one tough cookie. She's not budging an inch. Maybe it's time to rock a little technique Gregory taught me back in the day. What? A mechanic so late in the game? And what technique might that be? So hear me out. Everything's connected to what happened 18 years back, yeah? And since we're not getting anywhere by focusing only on the here and now, maybe we ought to approach this from a different angle and look into the past for clues instead. Oh. A turnabout and thinking. So my father used this method as well. Alright, let's run this through the old Thinkatron. How was Jude's involved in what happened back then? Right, according to Miss Bound, it was because of her that Miss Frost flavored ice sculptures. Oh, she said that she tripped over the power thingy? And yet his sculptures are here on display at this very gallery today. Is it possible that she... Thank you, Fender. I think I know what I need to ask Miss Bound now. Don't thank me, thank your pops. Now take it away, Mousy. I'll grab the popcorn. Miss Bound, you say that you were the one who caused Mr. Frost's creations to melt 18 years ago, correct? I'm afraid so. I was young and foolish, and it was a terrible accident. And yet what you did allowed you to open this exhibit, no? What do you mean? Yes, what do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? If you are going to ask such questions, perhaps a formal testimony from Miss Bound might be best? Yes, perhaps it might. I'd like to know a little more about Zodiac Hall. And about why Miss Bound decided to dedicate this space to Mr. Frost's works. Very well, if you believe it to be relevant to the case, I will allow it. Miss Bound, would you mind? Not at all. I'll do whatever it takes to prove that I'm innocent. Then please, if you could give us some background on Zodiac Hall and the pieces on display here. It took 18 years, but at long last, I was finally able... Okay, now this is loud. I was finally able to buy Samson's home back a little while ago. But a place like this is expensive to maintain, so I decided to turn it into an art gallery. To that end, I collected as many Paul Halik pieces as I could from around the world. Because if I'm honest, it's always been something of a dream of mine to open a space dedicated to his work. Sure. Alright, hold on, give me a sec. Alright. Thank you for your testimony, Miss Bound, and how wonderful it is that you were able to fulfill your dream. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, everything seems entirely above board to me. Judge Gavel, that was simply the witness's preliminary statement. As you surely know, the value of that testimony cannot be evaluated without due cross-examination. Okay. Haha, spoken like a true attorney. Very well. You may do what you must. It took 18 years, blah 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 blah. Is that so?
Hold it!
Pohalik, that was Mr. Frost's pseudonym, correct? Yes, he adopted it while he was working as a sculptor in France. I see, I'm curious about some of the pieces in your collection, more specifically. How you were able to acquire the Taurus and Gemini sculptures. It was my understanding that Mr. Frost died before he could complete them. Yes, I was able to create replicas for the Winter Wing based on the photos of the sculptures he made. Really? Perhaps you could go into some more detail on that? Because if I'm honest, it's always been something of a dream of mine to open a space dedicated to his work. I was able to create replicas for the Winter Wing based on the photos of the sculpture he made. Freaky. Let's take a look at this. Well, there's only one image? Statue smashed by the freaky freak. The Winter Wing has what again? Sorry, let me see. The Winter Wing has Taurus and Gemini. But Taurus and Gemini. Shade. This one is Taurus and Gemini, right? But that's not what we freaking saw. We saw the freaking fishies. Wait, is this is the Autumn Wing? Wait, I don't know. What? Wait, I forgot. It's been hold up. Yeah, whatever, man. Oh, helly, I don't know. Where's Pisces? Pisces is in the Autumn Wing. Pisces is in the Autumn Wing. This is 18 years ago. He made Taurus and Gemini. Oh, but this is like the Winter Wing photo. Okay, so this is the evidence. Because like this is taken from the present, right? Matching those by the... What the freaky... Oh my god, what's the... Wait, what's the... Huh? Where... So what's... Okay, no. Oh shit! Oh freaky, I don't know.
Objection!
No shit! No guys, I really don't know. Oh my god, it's been weeks. It's been 1 week. It's been a week, guys, please. It's been a week, guys. Please. No, we need to sharpen our senses. Ah, freak. Oh my god. Tell me more about this dream of yours. What I really wanted was to open a gallery with Samson, of course. A gallery of dance, a gallery of song, a gallery of gaiety and candy all day long. That was the idea anyways. And here I thought I was to be appreciated in silence not accompanied by musical numbers. Alas, Mr. Tangaroa transgressed against the edicts of the goddess of justice, and as such, that part of your dream may go permanently unfulfilled. No, Samson he's innocent. That awful prosecutor refused to listen, but it's true, he'd never hurt anybody. Mr. Tangaroa gave a false confession in order to protect Miss Bound. The two of them really did what they could to protect one another, didn't they? Hold it! These photos you mentioned, you mean the ones you yourself took in Mr. Frost's room 18 years ago? Yes, you certainly know a lot about what happened back then, Mr. Edgeworth. So those statues in the Winter Wing were just copies? And I didn't even get to see them before they melted. The sculptures in question were definitely not replicas, which means that Miss Bound is lying. I know, it's such an awful shame. Alah, anjing lo, bacot banget anjing. Wait, what's the history, sorry? What's the logic behind it? Sorry, like, I think, like, tonight, like, I'm just, like, a little bit out there. Maybe because I haven't eaten dinner. Sculptures in the Winter Wing weren't replicas. They're the very ones from 18 years ago. I need to show her I'm aware of that, or I'll never get the truth. Ah, freaky, what? Oh my god, prove they're not replicas? Shit! What? The freaky? What the fuck? Okay. Oh! If this was lost 18 years ago, this was used in the... Please! Please let it be this one! Please let it be this one! I can't anymore, gang. I have no brain.
Objection!
Shit! Oh my freaking god, bro! Like, what is it? Oh my god, I really have no brain right now. I can't think. I really can't think. I just need my brain to like start working, and then it's gonna be like, you know. Look at the statues carefully. Yeah, I mean this is this shit Pisces, right? The shit Pisces. So like, I presented this and it's wrong, and then, you know, when stuff melted, like, it turns out that it's Capricorn, and this one is Pisces instead of Gemini. I already presented this, and she said wrong. And then she said wrong. So what is it? Is it the Pisces statue sketch? I don't know, just tell me at this point, guys. Like, I'm just very agitated right now. Oh. God. No strings like 18 years ago? Try to... Wait, didn't I present this? Or did I accidentally present this sketch? No, guys, you tell me, because I wasn't thinking. Then also the second page of the evidence. What the freaky? What notes? Hold on. What the heck? These notes? Gemini case, analysis results. What the hecky? Oh! Because like the composition is exactly the same. That's why it can't be a replica. It has to be like the same thing. It has blood also because like in the case files, like body was found in where was it? Body was found. They said something about, I forgot. They said body was found inside one of his creations. That's freaky. Like, not in the, like, you know, cursive freaky way, but that's just, like, freaky. Okay, Gemini case analysis results. Okay, so, if I present this, she's gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna be like, that's the exact same shit. It can't be a replica. Yeah, freaky, but not in a fun way, exactly. Yeah, they were the very statues, Mr. Frost. Yeah. And probably help explain how they worked it out, if you like, dear. It's a sugar, you see. You might think sugar is sugar, but the composition is actually very unique. Okay. You could probably recreate the statues, but the sweet secret of their chemical makeup? No chance. Thank you, Miss Scone. I don't recall asking for her help, but still. Damn, she's sweating. To put it simply, the statues didn't disappear back then because they'd melted. They disappeared because you spirited them away and kept them hidden for these 18 long years. Wait, where though? What? She kept a pair of flavored eye sculptures around somewhere for all that time? Huh. It's not the most out there idea in the world, assuming you had a big enough icebox. Overruled. Okay, girl, shut up. It's my time to shine. Quite all of you, Miss Bound. Have you anything to say in your defense? So you've already learned that much. Should I take that to mean you admit to having hidden the flavored eye sculptures in question? No, I admit to no such thing. You haven't proven that I was the one who took those statues away. Then who was it, you mother feather? And you won't, because it would have been impossible for me to do so in the first place. Really? Is that so? The police were already here when they disappeared. How could I have done without them noticing? I don't know, the freaking lift carts? Huh, how indeed. I don't yet know exactly how you did it, but I'm far from ready to say that it was impossible for you to have stolen them away. You're a very persistent man, aren't you, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, we are. We have to be, because we're a prosecutor. I am indeed, and I won't stop until I get to the truth. I see. And I better tell you exactly what I did that day 18 years ago. I'm gonna close my door, actually. Hold on, give me a sec. BRB. This cross-examination is a bit tricky, but clever. Well, I mean, so far I'm liking the case. Definitely more fun than the second one. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Yeah, what I did today 18 years ago. Whatever, man. The whole time before judging began, I was waiting upstairs in our living area on standby. During the judging, I had to go change the camera's film cartridge for Samson. But before I could take the camera back to Samson, I discovered Mr. Frost's body. Later, around when your father arrived, I began to make the rounds and serve tea to everybody present. Yeah, sure. That was when I saw Mr. Gusto enter Mr. Frost's room. Girl, what kind of bullshit testimony is that? And those were my movements on the day it all happened, yeah? I hardly see how you could take issue with any of that. That's for us to decide, Miss Bound. Are you saying there's a contradiction in her story, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm more focused on proving the fact that she did indeed steal those statues. The question is when she would have had the opportunity to do so. I don't know, but I know she bullshitting. If I can pinpoint that, I might be able to prove what exactly she got up to. Yeah, alright? What I did that day. Damn. I was waiting upstairs in our living area on standby. Oh, I'm just gonna press everything, you know what? And what were you doing? Yeah, it sounds like lying something omission. By omission. Lying by omission. Exactly. And what were you doing when you were waiting? I was in my room practicing some dance routines. Yeah, sure, the dance of stealing ice. I was on a TV show called Bacon Bob with Samson, you see? Bacon Bob? What kind of show was it? It was a children's show, and the two of them would sing and dance as they made a variety of sweets. Well, that sounds awesome. Hold the phone. Miles, you used to watch it? My father introduced me to it. I might have watched an episode or two. So Miss Bound passed the time before the judging began by practicing her dance routines. Was this the moment when Miss Bound stole the sculptures? Hold on, this was not the moment. Oh, okay. So, like, we kind of, like, decide. Change the camera's film cartridge for Samsung. Yes. During the judging, I had to go change the camera's film cartridge for Samsung. But before I could take the camera back to Samsung, I discovered Mr. Frost's body. Later on, when your father arrived, I began to make the rounds and serve tea to everybody present. Oh.
Hold it!
So I would think, were you the only one who was able to move around freely during the judging? Well, I wouldn't say freely exactly, but I was able to move around more easily than the contestants, yes. Even so, I could hardly have spirited the sculptures away while Samson was standing right there, could I? And I ran straight off to change the film as soon as he asked me. I wouldn't have had time. Yeah, so this is not it. No. This is a lie. No. I don't know. Let's press it. I assume she would be telling the truth. You entered the room containing Mr. Tangaroa's work before bringing the camera back to him, correct? Yes, I heard the sound of something collapsing. Samson, are you in here? The sound of the chocolate chip falling over after a certain someone took a bite out of one of the supports. Alicia? Mr. Tangaroa was still in Mr. Gusto's room when you found the body? Yes, I'm fairly sure that was the case. He was judging each room in order and he liked to take his time. So the point at which she discovered Mr. Frost's body... Well, I wanna just like read all of them first. Later around, I served tea. Well, I guess if she was busy serving tea, then she couldn't like steal it. I went around and offered everybody working on the investigation a cup of tea. Present company included. I remember it well. You were here, there, upstairs, downstairs, everywhere with that little cart of yours. Whoa, actually? That little cart of yours. Interesting. And did anything strike you as strange around that time? Oh yeah, Gregory was singing the praises of Judy's tea, and I think he mentioned his saucer was cold. His saucer was cold. Oh yeah, cause like, yeah, I think so. This was the moment. Miss Bound, I believe this was when you stole the sculpture. Because, like, she used to, like, she always keeps things, like, hot and super warm and nice, right? I believe this was when you stole the sculptures. I hate to contradict you, but the fountain room was full of witnesses at that point, Mr. Fender included. Are you suggesting that I somehow got the sculptures out of Mr. Frost's room right under everyone's noses? Yes. That's precisely what I'm suggesting, exactly, yes. Miss Bounce stole these ice sculptures and she did it by hiding them here. Exactly.
Take that!
My father and Fender had no idea that one of the sculptures was mere inches away from them. Because it wasn't just a tea set you were pushing around, Miss Bound, but a hidden ice sculpture in a glass case. Ah!
Overruled.
Surely such a thing would have been impossible. Well, you know, you don't know about that. You don't know about that, girl? Stop talking, you weren't even there. Eddie was there. Don't talk over him. How would a case of that size fit on a serving cart? I don't know. She served, that's for sure. It would have been spotted immediately.
Objection!
Who said anything about a serving cart? I'm not sure I follow. Yeah, she was using the lifting cart thing. She was using, that thing this lift cart. Yes. What are you suggesting she used instead? I'm suggesting that Miss Bound used this to transfer the sculptures. This lift cart. Present.
Take that!
And this is the cart that Miss Bound used to move the flavored ice sculptures out of Mr. Frost's room 18 years ago. And it would appear that the very same card is still here with us in this fountain room. Wasn't it wet for some reason? I don't know, she peed on it maybe. We originally bought it for use in the contest. And you're saying that Miss Bound loaded Mr. Frost's sculpture onto this cart and carried them off? I am. As you can imagine, all one would need to do is lay a case on its side and a tablecloth. And it looked exactly like a normal serving cart, thus allowing her to move the sculptures around freely. Zame. Can it be? Yes, it can. Holy moly, of course! That's why those saucers were so chilly. They were sitting on top of a big block of ice. Judes, how could you? Impressive. Huh? Then again, you are Mr. Gregory Edgeworth's son. I should have expected no less. There isn't a scrap of evidence that I stole the sculptures all those years ago now. And yet, I knew that no matter what I said or did, I'd always be under a cloud of suspicion. So you admit it? You admit that you stole them from Mr. Frost's room? She's gonna be like, no. Oh, yes. That's good. Yes, I do. Finally, some self-awareness. I took those sculptures and their glass cases out of that room 18 years ago. She's gonna come up with some BS. As Mr. Edgeworth correctly deduced, I dressed up the lift cart as a serving cart to do it. And slipped in and out of Mr. Frost's room while I was going around serving tea to everybody. In the end, I'd removed not only the sculptures, but the flavored ice zodiac blocks as well. Zodiac blocks? I feel like I've seen them for myself before. There's a huge block of ice on display here. It must be incredibly heavy, though maybe not, well, with it being hollow on the inside. If the Winter Wing really is an exact replica of Mr. Frost's room for 18 years ago, then even though my father never saw them because they had already melted, the Zodiac blocks must have been in the victim's room back then as well. When I had finished moving the 2 ice sculptures and the 2 Zodiac blocks out, I took 2 fresh empty cases to Mr. Frost's room and put them where the original 2 had been. Only the sculptures had been kept in glass cases, you see, to prevent them from being damaged. The blocks were a little more robust, so they had been displayed as is. As stated in the contest rules, we were responsible for providing all display materials, including cases. Meaning it would have been easy for her to prepare those empty spares she swapped in. Mr. Frost's room contained quite a few other flavored ice works in progress. I figured if I melted them down somehow, the resulting puddle would look like it came from the sculptures. Sorry, what? What did she say? Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. And that is how the sculptures from 18 years ago came to be in the Winter Wing today. I have to say, Mr. Edgeworth, that's quite the confession. Indeed, and I think she offered it so willingly because she knows there's nothing we can do with it. Yeah, because the Statute of Limitations is up. That is all I have to tell you. However, despite everything I've shared, you can't charge me with anything now, can you? How'd you figure that? Oh my! Gavel's like, I would have thought you might know at least this much given we're at the crime scene. I suggest you memorize the various statutes of limitations outlined in this book. Statutes for dummies is crazy. Statutes of what? Oh, hold up. Damn, we gotta examine this book. So we gotta examine this book. What's it say? Theft is 7 years from date of the crime. Murder is 15 years. Suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country. What is suspended? Oh, suspended is like if it's 15 years. Oh, the statute of indictment trial. Okay, I'm calling it. It's supposed to be 15 years, but somehow she fled to a foreign country for like so and so years, and then somehow it would be possible to charge her for murder. Damn, I hope so. I hope so, or we're kind of cooked. Simply put, Kay. Prosecutors only have a certain amount of time within which they can put a suspect on trial for a given crime. I mean, that's our only hope, or we're cooked. Let's take a closer look, shall we? I mean, if it's not her, then like somebody else, then it doesn't have to be her. They put that line for a reason, right? So it's different for every crime. Murder 15 years, theft 7 years. Oh, damn, of course theft is highlighted. Damn, I don't know. Yes, Miss Bounce stole the ice sculptures 18 years ago. So it's too late to have her arrested for that crime. I don't believe it. That's a serious matter, especially when it involves the removal of evidence for a crime scene. However, as you yourself just pointed out, Miss Bound can no longer be prosecuted for a crime. Rendering your revelation rather pointless, wouldn't you say, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh my god.
Objection!
I wouldn't be so sure about that. For you see, the theft of the ice sculptures isn't my principal interest here. I'm interested in the murder of Artie Frost. I find the body that reappeared 18 years after the theft to be of considerably more interest. Are you suggesting that I also hid Mr. Frost as a body? I am indeed. But how do you keep a body hidden for 18 years without anybody finding it? Well, inside the statue. Whatever, man. But hiding it in a very unusual way. Ooh, now this is interesting. Are you telling me that you know where the body has been for all this time, Mr. Edgeworth? It's not such a big leap if you think about what Miss Bound has told us already. Let's just say it wasn't just flavored eyes that she removed from Mr. Frost's room back then. Very well. If you are confident in this claim, let us put it to the test. Oh, shoot. Tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, where exactly was Mr. Frost's body hidden? Freaky... It was inside here, shit, I don't know, man.
Take that!
A photograph of Mr. Frost's works? Damn, see? And of the victim's body. See? Oh my god, see? You will have to forgive me, but I don't see what you mean. Where exactly in this photograph is Mr. Frost's body? Oh god damn it, I don't know. Shit! Fuck, I don't know. This one? Shit, I don't know. Well, the statues were hollow. That's why they can put his body inside.
Take that!
Let's freaking go! Anyways, the Gemini sculpture. It may look like a sculpture at first glance, but it is in fact Mr. Frost. That's so morbid! What the freaky? Surely you can't be serious! I don't see anything in the photograph to support such a wild claim!
Objection!
That's because a certain piece of evidence was used to hide the body in plain sight. And what piece of evidence might that be? The court demands that you present what was used to conceal the body. It's this! It's this, it's this luminous cloth. Sheesh! So we're on to something, guys. One of the cloths from In the Autumn Wing. Yes, when it's made to glow in just the right way, it's so visually convincing you might mistake it for ice. Isn't that right, Miss Scone? Well, yes, dear, but you can make it look like just about anything, really, even blazing fire. Damn. And the right shade of blue would make it look like ice. Yes, exactly like it, in fact.
Overruled.
Huh? Is it not the case that a certain special device is needed to generate these colors, though? Oh my gosh, shut up, girl.
Objection!
Ha! If you would care to take another look at the photograph of the Winter Wing, Your Honor, you'll notice there is a small box connected to the bottom of the Gemini display case. Yes. That's one of the very light-emitting devices in question. Detective Gumshoe even confirmed its presence. In fact, this particular device went missing 18 years ago. Back then, it was no doubt firmly connected to the cloth inside the display case, which means Miss Bound had no choice but to take it with her when she removed the sculpture. So you see, this cloth and light-emitting device were being used to create the illusion that Mr. Frost's body was in fact a statue carved from ice. This can't be! Wait, so you're telling me that when we took that photo of us in the winter wing, yes, we were standing right in front of the... Oh, jeez. That's so... Oh, God. That's awful. But the body and the cloth were both recovered from the fountain. Why were they found there if the body was supposed to be in the winter wing disguised as a sculpture?
Objection!
Because there would have been no mystery as to how the body had been hidden if we had found it as is. Miss Bound needed to remove Mr. Frost from the winter wing in order to throw us off the scent. And there was no scent of dead body. Ridiculous. I don't recall her sneaking around behind our backs to throw a body in the fountain. No, and she didn't need to, because she had another method at her disposal. Her trusty lift cart, the same cart that had proved so useful in executing her original theft. What? I believe she wheeled the body into one of the other wings and floated it down the stream to the fountain. The frozen body, being quite solid, probably got stuck somewhere along the way, which is why only the cloth appeared at first. The cloth Miss Scone discovered. And then the body followed afterwards once it had thawed enough? It's an ingenious theory, Mr. Edgeworth. But can you prove that it was me? It seems a little unfair to expect me to accept your accusations without proof, don't you think? What about an eyewitness? Do you think someone might have spotted her when she was moving the body? As a matter of fact, I do. In the contradiction of the piece of evidence I was provided, will shed light on exactly how Miss Bound moved the body as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any evidence to support your allegation? Of course, I have a piece of very compelling proof right here. And please present it to the court. What? What are we talking about again? Sorry, I was spacing out. What evidence do you have that proves Miss Bound acted as you claim? What the freak? Apa sih anjing? Gak jelas. Sorry, I wasn't listening. Oh, it's Larry, yeah. Larry drew her with the blue tarp. This. She's like, I gotta move.
Take that!
More drawings, of course. And is that me? Yes, Mr. Butts drew sketches of people as they passed through the fountain room. But what I'm interested in is the cart we can see here. Miss Bound's serving cart? What about it? You don't see it. She's using the same trick she used 18 years ago. Ergo, we know that Miss Bound was busy moving Mr. Frost's body when this picture was being drawn. What? If I may, I don't see Mr. Frost's body anywhere in that sketch. All I see is a picture of me delivering chocolates to everyone. Really? Then allow me to direct your attention to the color of the tablecloth, Miss Bound. I'd originally thought that Mr. Butts had made an error, but he's assured me that couldn't possibly be the case. This tablecloth appears to be light blue. Yes, a shade of tablecloth that Miss Bound doesn't seem to own. The cloth only appears to be light blue due to the body hiding just underneath. But the shape of the card is perfectly rectangular, just as one would expect. Surely it would be immediately obvious if the tablecloth was being draped directly over the body.
Objection!
Not if the body had been placed inside one of the hollow zodiac blocks in the winter wing. Place one of those on the lift cart and it easily passed muster as a regular serving cart, wouldn't you agree? Goddess of Justice! Miss Bound, surely now you must admit that it was you who moved the body just as you did 18 years ago. I didn't expect you to deduce all that from a single simple sketch. But that sketch alone isn't really enough to prove your theory, is it? You needn't worry on that front. My case is rests solely on Mr. Butts' at work. Wow. Once you had disposed of the body, your serving cart became a simple lift cart once more. Which is exactly what we discovered here in the fountain room. And without a serving cart, you had to find some place to put your chocolates. My chocolates? The ones I was handing out? As we saw in the sketch, you had originally placed them on top of the cart. But the chocolates you gave us came from your pocket. Ah! Oh yeah, mine was half melted. It was still super sweet and tasty though. Why did you suddenly feel the need to put the chocolates in your pocket, Miss Bound? It was because you no longer had a serving cart to put them on, that's why. One moment, please. You have explained what Miss Bound did with the chocolates in the lift cart. Okay, but what about the tablecloth? Where did it go? I ate it. Indeed. If stashing the chocolates in her pocket was the only solution she could think of, I doubt Miss Bound had the time to dispose of an entire tablecloth. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an answer for me? Miss Bound didn't have to dispose of the tablecloth, Your Honor. In fact, it's right here in front of us. Perhaps you would care to enlighten us? Or exactly as the tablecloth Miss Bound used to hide the body. Freaky. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. No way. This is a bad night for race attorney. Okay, so it's like with her. It's with her. Miss Bound has a tablecloth on her person in plain view, in fact. Is it her frickin' apron? In plain view? No, surely you don't mean... Miss Bound. It's the cloth around your waist, isn't it? Ah, hell nah. And given that the Zodiac blocks weren't kept in glass cases, that cloth would have been in direct contact with the ice. All we would need to do is to confirm my theory is test the cloth for traces of the sugar used in Mr. Frost's work. Jeez, the game is up, Miss Bound. It's time to come clean. It's like you read verse, but their meaning doesn't register in your head. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like you're reading, but like you're spacing out. You won't need to test the tablecloth. What does that even mean? Everything you said is true. I stole Delicious Infesticide Ultra, and I moved up Mr. Frost's body. Okay. It was me. It was all me. We can just taste it. Does it taste of a mix of sweetness and guilt? Bittersweet. Delicia, I'm so sorry. Last week I went into your bag and I took it. And then I put it in his pocket, hoping to make it look like he had tried to do himself in. Nah, man, nah. I refuse to believe that this is the end. I also made sure to leave no fingerprints but yours, just in case the police suspected foul play. Judy, you, oh gosh. But Judes, why? Were we supposed to be on the same side, all fighting together to free Samson? We were, but I couldn't afford to get arrested. Not yet. Not until I'd finally proven that Samson is innocent. I always planned to give myself up in the end, I swear. I know it's easy to say that now, but... why do it this way, though? It's not like you. I'm sorry, Mr. Fender. I've caused you so much trouble. I've been the guilty party all along, ever since that day 18 years ago. Nah, she thinks she's safe because we all assume that, oh, but you know, the Statute of Limitations has passed, so no matter how much she confesses, it would be like she can't be tried, or something. That's why she's being so confident here. Are you trying to tell us that the true culprit in the IS-7 incident was you? I committed a terrible crime. I took those sculptures and I stole them for purely selfish reasons. The moment Mr. Frost died, they became more than mere entries in a confectionery contest. They became the final works of Samson's favorite artist. I couldn't allow them to just melt away, not before he came home. Nah, this is bullshit. And that meant I couldn't let anybody near them, not even the police. So I hid them. I knew it was wrong, but I just had to. I put them in the cold storage room for safekeeping. But what I had actually done was far worse than anything I could have possibly imagined. Because who would have thought that Mr. Frost's body itself was posing as one of the sculptures? She didn't know about the body when she stole the sculptures? Samson is a kind man, a saint. He could never kill anybody. Never. And yet, because of what I did, the police never found Mr. Frost's body and Samson was found guilty. Her hair became white. After all he'd done for me, he was my family, the only family I've ever had. He was the most important person in the entire world to me. And I... Judes. What the hell? After his conviction, I was forced out of our home. Damn, girl, just get on with it! I was finally able to return only a few days ago, and when I did, I went to the cold storage room to check up on the sculptures, and that's when I saw it. Mr. Frost's body. It had been there the whole time. Nah, what the freaky? Yeah, she's trying to be like, oh, I committed a heinous crime of theft. Ah, jeez, this is far from over. Of course, by that point, the statute of limitations had expired. Yeah, of course, just casually, like, say that. So I did what I did today, because it was the only way I could think of to make things right. Yeah, oh, jeez. It seems I've misunderstood her intentions. Everything she's done really has all been for Mr. Tangaroa's sake. Really? What are you thinking about, Mr. Edgeworth? Something that's been puzzling me. Why did Miss Bound use poison gas? Why not a more reliable method? And why disguise the autumn wing as the winter wing? Yeah, like, why so elaborate? The only reason I can think of is to confuse someone who was here 18 years ago. That was Eddie Fender. Or some of the other people, I guess. I wonder what she had in mind. She had crime in her mind! If she was trying to prove that Mr. Tangaroa is innocent, Miss Bound's ultimate goal must be to find the true killer. Freaky. Could she have been trying to discover the identity of the true culprit? Miss Bound, your ultimate aim was to see Mr. Tangaroa cleared of all charges, correct? And to that end, you had to expose the real killer and have the police find the body from 18 years ago. Is my understanding of your intentions correct? Exhibiting the sculptures was sure to force the killer to return to the crime scene. After all, they were the only person apart from you who knew that the body was hidden in the icework. So they would have freaked out, thinking that the body was about to be discovered and come running, yeah? Exactly, but Miss Bound ran the risk that the killer might successfully cover their tracks this time. In the worst case scenario, they might even have been able to remove Mr. Frost's body from the scene. So how could she lure the true killer into revealing themselves without putting vital evidence at risk? Oh, I see what you're getting at. You're saying that's why the autumn wing was all winter wingy. Oh. I am. You were betting on one thing, Miss Bound, weren't you? That whoever opened the Pisces case you had so carefully disguised as the Gemini case would be the real perpetrator of the I-7 incident. Wait, IS-7? Like I-7? Zame. No. But that would mean the real killer was...
Overruled.
Enough! Not another word! Do you realize the implications of what you are saying, Mr. Edgeworth? No, but I don't care. Are you prepared to stand behind the accusation you are clearly about to make? I don't remember who opened the case. Miss Bound set a trap for Mr. Frost's killer. Meaning that whoever found themselves caught in that trap is highly likely to be the guilty party. Oh, that guy? The old guy? But I like the evidence to support such an assertion. To accuse someone without any evidence is not to be done lightly, so... Should I really go ahead and make my accusation and name Mr. Frost's killer nonetheless? Yeah, you know what, the freaky. Let's make the accusation. My ultimate goal is to see the truth exposed, and to do that, I need to seize the moment. That is so correct! Yes! Bluff till you make it. I'm prepared to stand behind my accusation. I know exactly who is to blame for the I-7 incident. It's him,
Take that!
Mr. Gusto? The victim of the poison gas attack is the perpetrator behind the I-7 incident? Gusty? Mr. Gusto. Miss Bound. As we have established, you knew that the opening of the gallery would lure in the real culprit, and you set up the poison gas trap in order to catch them. Do you dispute the facts thus far? You're a very impressive man, Mr. Edgeworth, just like your father. And of course, you're absolutely right. Then perhaps you could tell us exactly what happened in your own words. Of course, I have nothing to hide anymore, so I might as well tell you everything. As you said, I set a trap here in the gallery to try and catch Mr. Frost's killer. Before we opened, I made sure that the door to the autumn wing was the only one that was unlocked. When opening time came, I went around to unlock the doors of the various rooms, and found that the autumn wing had been locked from the inside. The killer is on the other side of the door. The thought, well, it frightened me. And then she simply walked away, leaving him to fall victim to her poison gas trap. Like, hee, just as planned. When I heard that Mr. Gusto was being treated for gas inhalation, that's when I knew he was the murderer. All that was left was for the police to find Mr. Frost's body, and then Samson would finally be proven innocent. At least that was my plan. Judes, why didn't you tell me? You know I'm always here for you, right? We could have found another way. It didn't have to be like this. Thank you, Mr. Fender. You've been so very kind to me all these years. But I'm the one who created this mess, so it was up to me to try and clean it up. I didn't care what it took as long as I could get Samson out of that awful place. Judy. 18 years ago, the police managed to cover up the fact that Mr. Frost's body had gone missing. If I went to them now and said it had reappeared, I was afraid they might have tried to cover things up again. So I worked to set up a very public incident here in the gallery in front of as many witnesses as possible. I'm so sorry, Judy. Damn, that's like Dad. You, Samson, Gregory, I let you all down. Fender, this can't be easy for him. No, I'm the one who should be apologizing. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, I hope one day you can forgive me. And whatever punishment I have to face, I'm ready to accept it. But please, if I may ask one thing of you, it's that you simply must clear Samson's name. The way the truth of these past 18 years had come to light was unexpected, to say the least. And yet, it had only set us down a path towards an even more shocking end. To be continued. You have to forgive this woman? Jeez, fine, I guess I will. You know what? That's kind of badass, actually. Setting a trap for the killer, that's kind of badass. Okay, I like her. I like her now. Oh, whatever. I thought it was kind of badass. Like, damn, you know, you deserve it. Get poisoned. Like, get poisoned, beach. Yeah, I love that. Anyways, I'm gonna order some food. Yeah. Okay. Alright. April 2nd, 3:11 p.m. Zodiac Hall, Fountain Room. Miss Bound, are you feeling a little calmer now? Yes. Good. Then allow me to get to the point. Regardless of your intentions, you broke the law. Yes, I understand. Nevertheless, I understand that it was badass. Therefore, if the real culprit really is someone else, then we have a duty to reinvestigate the case.
Overruled.
What? What'd she say? There is nothing to suggest that anything nefarious took place in the official I-7 incident records. And right now, there is nothing to suggest that we should take Miss Bound at her word either. You know what? You should bonk yourself in the head with that hammer, girl. So our first order of business should be to arrest the culprit of the case before us, Miss Bound herself. Oh my god, I'm gonna bite your head off.
Objection!
Official records cannot always be trusted, Judge Gavel. Especially since there are those prosecutors who would think nothing of twisting the facts.
Overruled.
Are you suggesting that the committee at the time overlooked just such a prosecutor? Yes, that's exactly what I'm suggesting. That's for you and your people to figure out. However, it is a fact that the autopsy report was faked. Seeing as Mr. Frost's body was... Oh, this music is so badass. Seeing as Mr. Frost's body was only found just now. There really is something of Mr. Font Karma in you, Mr. Edgeworth. Ew! How so exactly? By continually defying the will of the committee and bending the truth to fit your needs. That's how. Ew! How dare you, girl? Perhaps it is time you understand how the committee sees this case. Well, however you're seeing this, it's clearly that you're blind. The committee is willing to accept that Mr. Font Karma falsified Mr. Frost's autopsy report. Even still, Mr. Font Karma only managed to have Mr. Tangaroa convicted as an accomplice. I personally have come to believe that the real culprit behind the I-7 incident is Miss Bound. Well, you're wrong! Her plan to poison and kill Mr. Gus today was her attempt to frame him for Mr. Frost's murder. You know what? Whatever. Sure. And this is how the committee sees things, is it? Don't speak for the committee, girl. As always, I act solely in the service of law and order. Sounds to me like all she's doing is acting in service of the committee and covering up the truth. And if I can't change her mind, there will be no saving Mr. Tangroo or Miss Bound. We need to hypnotize her. we need to do it in a more friendly way. How about we hypnotize her? Ah, freaky. Okay, I'm just gonna press everything. If you accept that Mr. Fontcano falsified the report, then why won't you reinvestigate the case? Because the goddess of justice is never wrong. Oh, whatever, girl. Her verdict remains true despite Mr. Fontcano. Despite blatant evidence tampering, you're sure your precious goddess is into that? Tampering evidence? Almost makes you think the committee might have other reasons for not wanting this looked into again. Further investigation is simply unnecessary since the goddess of justice has already spoken. Oh, yeah? Is that alright? Is that right?
Hold it!
Alright. I believe it was a confession that sealed Mr. Tangaroa's fate in the end. She's a church queen like Lady Rhea, but her goddess is justice. Yup. Yeah, you know what? Whatever. A confession secured by Mr. Fontcano, which is surely cast down on the final verdict itself.
Overruled.
What the freaky? Samson Tangaroa confessed to the initial investigating officer, one Detective Ian Sideman. Yes, of course. The official records state that it was his interrogations that led to the conviction. Therefore, all I can say to you is the goddess of justice has already spoken. Unbelievable, she just won't budge at all. Are these committee guys really that big of a deal? In many ways, they are a prosecutor's worst nightmare. So kinda like how the police are the great thief, huh? Funny how you don't seem to have a problem working with the police when it suits you, though. Oh.
Hold it!
Yeah, and you're wrong. Are you suggesting that Mr. Tangaroa and Miss Bound killed Mr. Frost together? Why not? You could even imagine they split their roles as thus. Mr. Tangaroa could have been the one to commit the act itself, and while Miss Bound was to remove the body. But that would make Tangaroa the main culprit, though. What? The thought that we could ever kill Mr. Frost. You stole his corpse and hid it for 18 years. But like, she's a big fan. Is she like yandere like that? Surely not. Is it really so surprising that you might be considered— Oh, Miss Bound has freely confessed to all of her crimes. But now is not the time to speculate about what else she might have done in the past. Very well, then let us pass judgment on what we know she did in the present.
Hold it!
Why would Miss Bound have chosen to frame Mr. Gusto for the murder? No doubt because he suspected her for being the real culprit. May have entered what he thought was the Winter Wing simply to see if the Gemini statue was genuine. Little did he know that he would be greeted by a trap designed to silence him, a trap that nearly worked. Damn, too bad it didn't work.
Objection!
Do you have any evidence to support that line of reasoning? The only line she's forming is the line of wrinkles on my forehead. Unfortunately, Mr. Gusto remains in critical condition. RPGs told me that crits are good. It will be difficult to prove anything until he regains consciousness. In other words, there is little we can do for now. Hold up. On the contrary, there is plenty we can do. You still have not grasped the situation, have you? Then allow me to spell it out for you. We have all the evidence we need to explain both the I-7 incident and the poison gas attack. No, I think this is the thingy that we have to present. There's definitely something we haven't found. And what is it? to know. Let's see. Let's just press everything. I don't really care. All the evidence you need. In the matter of the I-7 incident, we have a body, a murder weapon, and 2 suspects. What the hell? Yeah, sure. What was the murder weapon again? Oh, the crystal lamp. As for the poison gas attack, we have the sources of the 2 chemicals in Miss Bound's confession. What the freak? And as for you, Mr. Edgeworth, we also have enough evidence. To see that you yourself will have to answer to the committee in a formal hearing. Can we shut up? Whoa, that doesn't sound good. Don't worry, Malzarino. If nothing else, you're always more than welcome at Edgeworth & Co. Oofy! Your Honor, I'd greatly appreciate it if we could stay focused on the matter at hand. Of course. Now, where was I? We have that for the freaky. Okay, so like, freaky. It's either this or that. Documents received from Fender, including his comments in red. Statute of Limitations expired 3 years ago. Murder weapon for the different Gregory Edgeworth. Organizer of confession taste disorder. Convicted as accomplice. R.T. Frost. Paul Hali. Cause of death was blood loss. No detailed autopsy report. Yeah, like there's no autopsy report. Is that important? Yeah, autopsy report is missing. It should be necessary, girl. Right?
Hold it!
You really mean to assert that there are no loose ends left to investigate? None at all? Well, you know, like, in order to solve the case 18 years ago, then we need the autopsy report to see, like, hey, what caused this? And who was able to cause that? Like, how was he even killed? Right? We don't know. Freaky. All of the evidence has been examined at length, and there's nothing more to be learned from them. Really? Are you sure, girl? Therefore, I see no need to further prolong this trial. No, Beach! This court finds the... Your Honor, I'm sure there's something that still needs to be examined. The hammer is about to fall, Mr. Edgeworth. Only hard evidence can stop it now. Present what you think requires further deliberation now. Assuming there really is anything left, that is... Oh, really? This isn't over yet, not by a long shot. There's still one thing we don't have an answer to. Autopsy! Autopsy! Autopsy, anjing! Shoot! Wait, which to present, though? This? Like, we have all the evidence. Like, no, you don't have all the evidence. Right? Because, like, blow to the head, yes, but you don't even have the body. Like, because, like, her plan to... Like, there is no proof to this other than Miss Bound's testimony, right? She says, like, no, it was because I wanted to lure the main killer, but then, like, there's no physical solid proof that we can use to, you know, to, yeah. Hold on, I'm thinking. To frame him. But, like, but the attempt to frame him, but, like, why frame him? Why not somebody else? Like, why do you know he's gonna come in? Right? Hold on, I'm thinking, I'm gonna look at the evidence. Like, I don't know what evidence to use here. This is from 18 years ago. Salt lamp with frost blood. We used this already. Like, I know there's no, like, autopsy report. Like, autopsy report is missing from here. See, like, rock salt lamp, blah, blah, blah. And... anyways, he says, he has a taste disorder, accomplice. No detailed autopsy report due to the body going missing. Blood loss following a... cause of death was blood loss following a blow to the head. But, why? Okay. Yeah. And then... seemed to be a match. Oh, shoot. I mean... well... yeah, where's the yeah, like, no detailed... yeah, like... I mean, I don't know, like... I don't know, because, like, some people, you guys are saying, like, it could be anything. Can we explain the sugar in the fountain? Yeah, because it's, I don't know. Because there's some sugar in his body? Just be brave. Yeah, you know what? If we get it wrong, it's whatever. We have full HP.
Objection!
Ah, it's not it. Okay. It's kind of tricky. There's this is unlikely, I think. Step ladder. Just before the police arrive, possibly to heat something. Oh yeah, whatever. Statues made to frame. Photograph of the assault lamp stained with frost's blood. It's just like it's just sugar. Okay, what about the case? One of Judy Bound's prized possessions. Finger marks left by someone in Tangero's room, no accompanying prints. Was Delicia wearing gloves when she was like doing the when she was like eating? Oh yeah, because like she had like her grubby like fingers all over it. She had her like, yeah. Oh, freaky. Is it relevant? Damn, I don't know.
Objection!
Oh, freaky. Ooh, this is tough. I don't know which statement to press. I don't know which statement to press. It could be this one either. It could be this one too. There is no need, but oh, there's a need. Wait, this one is tricky. What the heck? You never tried your autopsy report theory? What? I did. I presented this file. Evidence we need to explain both the I-7 incident. Okay, so this is wrong. A pamphlet. Free. This is difficult. A sketch depicting the Pisces statue. This is... They talked about the melting point or something, right? They talked about like a melting point and it shouldn't look like this. They said. Do you know the truth of I-7? No, because there's like... there's like no body or whatever, like... Because they freaking, But I tried presenting this and it's wrong. It could be the Gemini. Well, we could do like Gemini. If it's wrong, we do Pisces statue. Oh shit, yeah, it never actually said anything about blood.
Objection!
I'm afraid there is still one question concerning the I-7 incident that remains unanswered, Your Honor. Would you mind taking a look at this? What is it? They're test results carried out on liquid at the bottom of the Gemini case in the winter wing. As you can see, traces of blood were detected. The question is, whose? Exactly. Until that question is answered, I hardly think you can claim to have all the evidence, right? There was blood in the Gemini case? She's like, what? I didn't hear anything about that. Why did I not hear this? Why did I not hear about this from Eustace? Well, because Eustace is a dumbass. Because Detective Gumshoe informed me of the results directly. I was planning to tell Mr. Winter about it myself, of course. You kept this to yourself until now, despite having no jurisdiction here whatsoever? Mark my words, the committee will hear all about what you have done here today. Oh my goodness, stop it. As ever, my interest is in the truth, and if mistakes were made in the past, they must be rectified. Give me a sec. Okay. If you must report me to the committee, then so be it. But in return, we must be allowed to investigate this case to the very end. That is not my decision to make. You will need to discuss it with Eustace. Guess who's back, losers? And with good news, too. What? What kind of good news? Good news for him, probably bad news for us, huh? It was a close call for a minute there, but Carmelo Gusto is alive! Well, good! Now we can throw him in jail. Gusto! He made it! You're the ones who found me? Yep, long time no see, Gusto. You're the attorney's assistant? You've grown and you have an assistant of your own now? Assistant? No, I'm... He hasn't got the gig just yet. This is Gregory Edgeworth's son. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, at your service. Fate moves in mysterious ways. I'm in your debts. If you hadn't found me in time, I wouldn't be here to thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. That evil smirk. After all, if you hadn't lived, we wouldn't be able to ask you what really happened 18 years ago. Huh? What are you talking about? They figured out quite a bit while you were out cold, including the fact that you're probably the guy who offed poor Artie Frost. Oh yeah, that's a seahorse tattoo. That's so funny. What? Is that true? Miss Bounce set up a very elaborate trap to catch Mr. Frost's murder. A trap that involved rigging the Pisces case with poison gas. Perhaps in light of that fact, you could tell us in your own words what happened back then. Or perhaps you'd rather exercise your right to remain silent. Oh, it's not that. Gusto here's a fan of the old meditation, you know? And all that jazz. Wow, sleeping while standing seems pretty cool. That's one heck of a talent. Except there's no sleeping involved in meditation, Kay. Hey, Gusto, old pal, how about you snap out of it and tell us what went down way back then? I was caught in the girl's trap, so I must be the killer. Is this your idea of a joke? I'm the victim here. Indeed you are, Mr. Gusto, and there is no evidence that you have done anything wrong yet. Mr. Edgeworth and Mr. Fender are merely speculating. Rest assured that they have no authority here and that you may pay them no heed. At least somebody here seems to be on my side. Judge Verity Gavel, it's a pleasure, Mr. Gusto. I will assist you in any way you may require. Perhaps you could begin by explaining what actually happened 18 years ago to Mr. Edgeworth. Damn, she's playing the good cop now. Fine. You want me to prove I'm innocent, Mr. Prosecutor? I'll be happy to.
Objection!
So this is how you mean to play it, Judge Gavel? You're hoping Mr. Gusto will help you to hide what happened instead of trying to correct the record. I believe only in the infallible judgment of the goddess of justice. Except it is us humans who make the actual judgment calls in a court of law. And so long as there are those who would use the law to their advantage, our rulings are fallible indeed. If you would use your position to further obscure the truth, then neither she nor I will forgive you. We shall see about that. What do you advise, Judge Gavel? Oh, welcome back to the royalty. It would seem that you are under suspicion because it was you who triggered the poison gas, specifically by opening the Pisces case's lid. Would you be so kind as to share why with us? Understood. I came to see Frost's sculpture as simple as that. I made a mistake with the opening times and arrived half an hour early. Miss Bound, was there no one at the reception desk at around that time? I had left the main entrance unguarded and unlocked just in case the killer made an appearance. I was also busy making preparations elsewhere, all the way up until the gallery's opening. So no, there was no one here on the first floor then. But I did make sure that all the wings were locked up tight, all except for the autumn wing, that is. I see. She did all that just to steer the culprit into the autumn wing, which is precisely where Mr. Gusto went. Sneaking into a building's pretty suspicious, however you slice it. Hold on, give me a second. Yay, food. My room smells like food, whatever. Silence in the courtroom. I will permit no objections or interventions unless there is some evidence that the witness is lying. The courtroom? You know this is an art gallery, right? Yeah. What the heck? Mr. Gusto, if you could please continue by explaining why you opened the Pisces case. I wanted to see Frost's work up close. I don't think you can just do that, girl. What the heck? I don't think you can do that. Hey. I'm gonna check my medicine. So I went up to the Gemini. Sorry, guess it was supposed to be the Pisces statue. And I saw that the lid was frozen on tight. So I grabbed a blowtorch from nearby and tried to open it. Damn, that's kind of extreme, I think. You know, like for like what? When I finally got it open, gas came pouring out. Yeah, you think? Normally they would like low-key arrest you, like detain you for like doing that actually. Like, hello? Like that would be enough, you know? Fascinating. His is the sort of flawless testimony attorneys can only dream of. Freaky. Yeah, the everything sounds like a lie kind. I am none too satisfied with Mr. Gusto's explanation myself. Alas, there is no evidence to refute it. Come on, there must be something. It's Bound's story you should be questioning, not mine. I'm not the one who set up the gas trap. She could have killed anybody with that thing.
Objection!
Oh, damn. She turned on the sprinklers as soon as the gas was released. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was gunning for the killer and nobody else. That killer being you, old pal. So you believe that self-confessed criminal? Miss Bound is far from blameless in this affair, and she will have to pay for her crimes. But so will Mr. Frost's killer. He seemed determined to pin Frost's murder on me, but I had no reason to kill him. Oh, yes, you do? And you have to know evidence to prove otherwise. Actually, well, he's like, I'm gonna, like, eat one spoonful of my meal. This is a lot. I like how he's just like, I want to see the artwork up close, so I use the blowtorch. Like, that's illegal, sir. I don't think you can do that. Like, just with that, you could be like, sir, okay, we're like charging you with whatever that is he did. Don't these things usually have like do not touch or whatever, right? Like, I can't be the killer. I was just touching and, you know, inappropriately handling the, you know, museum exhibit because, you know, because I could, just because I wanna. Doesn't mean I killed him. You know. Damn, okay. Yeah, vandalism. Oh, I only vandalized the exhibit. I didn't do anything. Crazy. Anyways. I'm gonna eat a little bit more, actually. VOD watchers skip for, like, 3 minutes, maybe? Yeah. Skip for, like, 3 minutes. Mmm. What's for dinner tonight? It's ox tongue. Mmm. Yeah, like, he was like, oh, it says do not touch, not do not torch, you know? I'm gonna torch it. Hmm. 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 This tastes good. And it's like a sweet and sour thing too. Like it has a little bit of soup. And it's like sweet and sour. So it's really good. Mmm. Mmm. Just had a beef tongue burrito the other day. It was so good. Yummy. Oof, I only have like 1 more minute. Can I extend it to like 5 minutes? I swear it'll be done soon. I want to sleep after this to keep my stomach empty. It's good. Yeah, that's what I'm eating now. Mmm. Mmm. This is so yummy. Normally, I would have eaten before the stream. Nah, who am I kidding? Ace Attorney always had so much eating. Since the beginning. I don't think we'll have ox tongue though. Usually, like, somehow I always predict, like, what we're gonna eat or, like, what. But I don't think we'll ever have any ox tongue or, like, ox in here. Mmm. Yummy. So much eating is raining plum. Cue me ranting again about that shit. Why do ladies always... Like, God forbid a girl, like, puts food in her mouth. chew it slowly, but I don't want to take too long. Okay, just a bit more. Last one. I made congee today. Oh, that's delicious. Edward's just like blinking in silence. Okay, my last piece of beef tongue. Look, I finished. Look, I finished my meal in like 4 minutes. For my diet plan is cup ramen tonight. Holy shit, that's crazy. When was the last time I ate cup ramen? Or Indomie? I think it has been a while. Quite a bit, actually. How would you rate it? I think it's okay. It's good. It's really good, actually. Sorry, I'm still chewing, so technically 4 minutes? I mean 5 minutes? Huh? No, 4 minutes. Alright, we're done. 4 minutes it is. Whew! Alright then. That's my fiber drink time now. Okay, exactly 5 minutes if we include the fiber drink. Let's get on with it. Can we really not prove that he's the killer, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Gusto fell victim to the poison gas. That much is indisputable. Yet no matter how suspicious his actions in the present may seem, they prove nothing about the past. Yeah, but... then what about you, Mr. Fender? There must be something we can do. You're right, we may not have evidence, but we have plenty of intel. Let's see now. If Gusto killed Frost, he must have had a reason. He claims not to have a motive, but that can't really be true, can it? If he did it, he has one. Not many people commit murder just for fun. Just for fun is crazy. In fact, your old man had a little back and forth with one Karma, but a probable motive too, remember? How can you possibly say that with any certainty? If their relationship had broken down for some reason... that could very well have been the motive behind this murder. Von Karma wouldn't let us talk to Gusto back then, but we can now. They had a divorce and they wouldn't let Gusto keep the other child. If we can't put the pieces together, I think the picture we've been looking for might just emerge. Yes, I think you might be right. I need to think back over everything we know about the I-7 incident. Especially the questions that never got answered. And the finger marks. Were you the one wearing the gloves? Miss Cone denied the finger marks on the frame were hers. Exactly. But what if they were Mr. Gusto's? Perhaps he had wanted to take a look through the ultimate cookbook for himself. So he asked me to go put in a new cartridge. He seemed to think there should have been more shots left than there were. He'd been spying! He's a spy! Spy. In other words, the film ran out sooner than expected. Yes, the number of shots he took didn't line up with the number of shots remaining. But he thought maybe he just lost track somewhere along the way. Damn, me so forgetful. My father noticed these things for a reason. I just need to piece them together correctly. In the absence of evidence, it's the only way to the truth. I guess so, yeah. Alright. Ah, yes! I have no idea! Mr. Gusto, you and Mr. Frost conspired to create works for the contest together, did you not? Huh? So you know my little secret. Mr. Fender was kind enough to inform me. Mr. Frost was in charge of the designs while you were in charge of the flavor, is that correct? What can I say? I still had a long way to travel on the road to becoming a master confectioner. But you only collaborated up through the semi-final. Something changed after that. We both wanted to show what we could do. Show that we were better than Tangaroo.
Objection!
Nah, that's BS. Then why did you help Mr. Frost with his entry for the final? What grounds do you have to say that? Your own statement made to Von Karma 18 years ago. You told him that you had been working together right up until the day before the final. Mr. Frost's entry was carved entirely from blocks of flavored ice. Ice which would have needed at least a day to freeze. And whose flavors would therefore have already been prepared by Mr. Gusto. Yes, which lines up perfectly with what Gusto told me, that he helped Frost until the day before the final. In that case, why did Mr. Frost reciprocate and help Mr. Gusto in return? I can hardly be expected to read the minds of the dead. So, why did Mr. Frost help you in return, I submit that your relationship broke down for some reason, and that became the basis of your motive for murder. That's not how it was. Sure, we stopped working together, but it was all perfectly friendly. You stopped working together in a friendly way? Kinda hard to imagine, but okay. Besides, how do you think I did it exactly? You think I just strolled into Tangaroa's room and killed Frost? I mean, I don't know, you tell us. I couldn't have killed the man while Tangaroa was in there working on his chocolate pieces, could I? Well, then we just need to line up the time frame. So you see, it can't have been me. I wouldn't be so sure. There must be a window of time when Mr. Tangaroa wasn't in his room. Yeah, and he was like asking whoever Miss Bound to change the film. And if I can prove that, I can prove that Mr. Gusto had the opportunity to kill Mr. Frost. Holy hell. Did someone else use the camera? I'm praying. Ah, Ficky! Oh, Zame, then what? Sheet. Huh? Then what? So the photos are used to like take pictures of the Angel's cookbook? Okay, that's what I wanted to do before, but like since new evidence popped up, I thought photographing the cookbook contents would be the perfect way to steal its secrets undetected. And what if Mr. Gusto did just that? What if he used Mr. Tangaroa's camera to photograph the book? It would be the perfect crime, so much better than stealing it and getting chased by the cops. Yeah, see, like he's a freaking spy. A sneaky snapshot at 20, huh? That could work. The only question is, when would he have done it? Good question. What about during afternoon tea? Didn't Delicious say that Gusto and Frost had missed out on a little tea party they had? Oh. Which brings me to the next question. When do we know for certain that Mr. Frost was still alive? Then, after the contest began, nobody saw hide nor hair of Frost as he had secluded himself in this room. Nah, he's dead. He's dead. And the only person capable of entering his locked room was Tangrowth, possessing as he did the only key. Miss Cone, were Mr. Tangrowth's works the only ones you sampled? No, dear, I couldn't help myself. When I'd finished my afternoon tea, I tiptoed over to Chillywink's room for a little taste too. So, she could enter. Mr. Frost had kept himself inside his room after the contest had started, but he was gone by the time Miss Cone snuck into it to sample his work. Meaning there's a good chance he was murdered before the end of afternoon tea. Okay, well, yeah. We can be sure that Mr. Frost was alive until the beginning of afternoon tea, making tea time the only window during which Mr. Gusto could have killed him. Are you satisfied with Mr. Gusto's story now, Mr. Edgeworth? Sadly, I'm afraid I'm still rather unsatisfied. But things are finally starting to become clear, and the truth will soon come to light at last. Do you mean to say that you have uncovered new evidence? Evidence? No. I was hoping I might convince Mr. Gusto to open up to us about it instead. Oh, is it mind games time again? Yay! It is, Mr. Gusto. I have a question for you. I said I have a question for you! Oh, sorry. I didn't have to do it like that, but okay. What is it? You chose to make your entry for the final on your own. I told you I wanted to test myself. I wanted to prove I was the best in the world.
Objection!
That's because you had no one to help you because your guy's freaking dead, dude. If that were the case, then surely you wouldn't have chosen to cheat in the first place. So tell me, Mr. Gusto, why did you feel the need to team up with Mr. Frost? Oh, yes! Now we're in here! 18 years ago, Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost collaborated in the confectionery contest. Well, why did they work together and why did they enter the contest in the first place? Because... shit, I don't know. That's the information I need to get out of my opponent somehow. I don't know, because like they're buddies, right? And they wanna... I don't know, they wanna open a bakery together. Domain expansion! This is ISO in Valorant. Whoa, 4?! Mr. Gusto seems to have a habit of pretending to be asleep when things aren't going his way. Let's start by focusing on why he chose to work with Mr. Frost. By my hand, now is the time to dig up the truth that was buried all those years ago. Oh, freaky. Mr. Gusto, what inspired you to collaborate with Mr. Frost? We were acquaintances before we were contestants. He was interested in entering the contest, and we decided to sign up together. Huh, your decision to pair up with a sculptor had nothing to do with your lack of faith in your skills? You don't know me. We joined forces because we want to make the most perfect creations possible, that's all. Frost's son and mine were in the same grade at school. So you got along pretty well too. Oh, so you were just two friends who happened to try out for the title of world's greatest confectioner? Huh. Pretending to be asleep when the going gets tough won't work on me, I'm afraid. Mr. Frost was a sculptor, Mr. Gusto. I doubt he cared much about winning a title for confectioners. In which case, he probably had a different motive for taking part in this contest, wouldn't you say? Okay, that's 1 out of 4. Fine, it was me. I wanted that title. Frost was only in it for the prize, the ultimate cookbook. I see, and since your objective dovetailed so neatly, you decided to work together. But then something happened, a breakdown in your relationship perhaps. If so, I want to know why. Okay. Mr. Prosecutor, I'm still quite unwell after my brush with death. Oh yeah, you will be even more unwell in jail, so like might as well enjoy the fresh air here while we talk. Push me too hard, and I'll die! And oh yeah, basically. No, he's suicide baiting. No way, then you better wrap this up quickly. I'm already dangerously low on patience, and low on health, I guess. Mr. Gusto is trying desperately to make his escape, but he's not going anywhere yet. Not as long as he's still keeping things from me. So let's figure out what he was really after next. Alright, let's go. Come on, gang, we can do this. There's no time to lose. I need to pick the right line of questioning and fast. You who too had your eyes on something other than the title, didn't you? After all, I'm not sure the title of World's Greatest Confectioner even counts for that much. Now you're insulting the way of the confectioner? My goal, my only goal, was to win that title. I didn't care about anything else. You have no idea how much it would have meant to me. Bide my time. Look, my sense of design might not have been up to snuff back then, but you should see me now. Oh, so you've improved. You bet I have. I didn't do all that training in Zhongfa for nothing. I looked up to Tangaroa, you know. Spent hours poring over the designs of his work. Even used to watch his show with my son. Oh! Sounds to me like Mr. Tangaroa's work was especially influential in your early studies. And with this recipe book, you might have even become the best someday. Maybe... Oh wait! He studied in Zhongfa? So how long was that? Because like, for murder, the statute of limitation is like 15 years. But if he studied in Zhongfa for like more than 3 years, then it would have still been possible, right? We said that earlier, but we were talking about Bound, but I mean, Bound wasn't the one who did it, it was him. Yeah! The book was a real treasure, no doubt about that. Any confectioner would have wanted it. Yeah, if it was like some baking university, it would have to be at least like 2 years, and then like 3 years, or 2 or 3 years, and then on top of that, like probably like some adjustments, probably like 4 years. If it was like a 2-year program, then he'd be there for like 3 years, right? So that's... There's no statute of limitations on murder IRL, by the way. Well, that's good. That's good. The book was a real treasure, no doubt about that. You claim that your only goal was to win the title, yet you also seem to have had an interest in the contest prize, the ultimate cookbook. The greatest collection of recipes by the world's greatest confectioner. I can't say I had absolutely no interest in it. And even if I did, what exactly is so wrong with that? Nothing, I suppose. Only that the book contained recipes for medicines, not desserts. And everyone who entered the contest supposedly knew that. Yeah, why doesn't he know that? I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere. I can't let him slip from my grasp now. I just need to stay calm and keep the pressure on. Okay, let's see. That's not why he wanted the cookbook. So your plan was to win the cookbook and use it to help you with your own creations? What else? A book like that could have improved my craft tenfold. You could have made a lot of money if you sold it. I don't know much about what was actually in there, but it was worth more than money, I'll tell you that. Come now, Mr. Gusto. I think you know more about the ultimate cookbook than you claim. They told us a little about it at the start of the contest. Then you know what kind of recipes it actually contained, don't you? And that they weren't dessert recipes at all. I see you did your homework. Fine, so you'd know what was really in there. The ultimate cookbook, or the angel's cookbook, to give it its proper title. It's a collection of chemical formulas and ways to synthesize new medicines nobody had ever heard of. So we did know the cookbook actually contained recipes for medicines. This could be an important clue. Okay. Did you know how valuable the cookbook really was? What kind of question is that? It was a collection of Tangaroa's recipes. There wasn't a confectioner in the world who wouldn't have wanted to get their hands on it. Time to deploy my clue. Your designs may have improved thanks to your training in Zhongfa, but you clearly didn't do enough work on your skills of deception. You've already admitted that you knew the ultimate cookbook was a collection of recipes for medicines. Thereby making your interest not gastronomical, but pharmaceutical in nature. Okay. You're a confectioner, Mr. Gusto. You had no professional interest in revolutionary new medicines. Which suggests that your interest must have been personal. Oof! One more. I underestimated you. Fine, you're right. Winning the title wasn't the only reason I entered the contest. I needed one of the recipes in that book. It was for my son. He was sick. Sick of murder. He was? Tell me more. That's none of your business. I've told you as much as you need to know. He looks rattled, but I can't let him off the hook. Let's find out what this mystery illness was. Alright, let's find out. I've almost gotten to the bottom of this. I can feel it. Just a few more moves. Tell me more about your son. He was my pride and joy, and my biggest fan. Aww, that's sweet. And you entered the contest in order to help him. You clearly don't have children of your own. Dude! Any father would have done the same. I would have done anything to help him. Anything. He would come see me here at the contest venue too, right up to the semi-final. Really? He didn't get in the way of your work? If you were trying to beat Samson Tangaroa, surely you didn't have the time to look after a child. Yeah, well, I wanted to do what I could for him. He said he wanted to always be the first to try my creations. Aw, that's sweet. I'm still recovering, so if you've got nothing to say, let me go back to the medical room. Wait! I may need to be a little more proactive. Oh, okay. So he's not that sick, I guess. Well, I don't know, gang. Like, he didn't... You said your son was sick. Well, he was blabbing, so I didn't want to interrupt him. And yet he was able to come and join you for the contest. It wasn't that kind of illness, nothing life-threatening anyways. What is he sick with? This feels like it could be an important clue. What was the name of your son's condition? Could you tell me the name of the disease your son suffered from? You're a real cold customer. Isn't it enough that he was seriously ill? You said he wasn't life-threatening! Yeah, exactly. You've already shared with me that your son's illness wasn't life-threatening. So why are you so reluctant to share any further details? It may not have been life-threatening, but that doesn't mean it hadn't been life-altering. Oh, does he have like the same disorder as Tangaroa? I see that must have been very hard on both of you. Of course he was. That's why I did everything I could to find a cure. We were desperate. He couldn't taste any— Ah, yeah. He has the same thing as Tangaroa. He couldn't taste anything, not even his favorite desserts. Oh! So, like, Tangaroa can't taste salty, but he can't taste sweet. Was he overweight is crazy. As I understand it, the Ultimate Cookbook contains the recipe for a very particular medication. One that Mr. Tangaroa used to cure himself of his own taste disorder. The book had recipe for homemade Ozempic. That's crazy. Well, it's like, it's like pharmaceutical secrets, right? Then they could have like the secret recipe for like homemade Ozempic. Like that's not too far-fetched, I don't think. Like even like the pharmaceutical company lady, Delicious Scone, was gunning for it. Everybody wants it. It definitely has that. Homemade Ozempic recipe. Yeah, just like boil some leaves or whatever, right? So he had it too? It could be worth a fortune. Nah, I'm not playing. That would be like, that would change the world. So he had it too? Two, you say? Ah. Ozempic tea is crazy, guys. For those of you who don't know what Ozempic is it's actually like a thing used for like diabetes, but like a lot of people are using it to lose weight. So like there was like a case, like there was like a shortage of Ozempic because like people with actual diabetes like couldn't get the Ozempic because like the people wanting to be thin was like buying it, and it was crazy. It does actually put in perspective why people wanted this book so bad. Yeah, if this was set into 02 like 4, 5, 6, it would be plausible. Society moment, exactly. Anyways. So your son has a taste disorder then, am I correct? How did I let that slip? You've been asking me to believe that you needed to win the cookbook in order to cure your son. But was that really the case? Of course it was. What are you saying? I'm saying that I'm not so sure that's true based on everything you've told me. Sorry, what? We were talking about Ozempic. Hold on. Oh yeah, taste disorder. I don't have a clue as to how you proceed with this line of questioning. I'd better try another tack. Oh, freaky, I don't know. So you needed the cookbook to cure your son. Yeah, nowadays you can get the medication he needed anywhere. But back then, that book was our only hope. Which is why I didn't dare waste my time on fancy tea parties. I had to give my all to my work. And what about Mr. Tangaroa's work? Surely that tea break gave you the perfect opportunity to go steal a glance at it? And what makes you think I had the energy or time to care about what the others had made? I think you've made it abundantly clear how much interest you had in Mr. Tangaroa's work. What's more, if you were that determined to win the ultimate cookbook, I seriously doubt you would have passed up on the chance to take a peek at your competitors' entries. Oh, that was correct? I had plenty of chances throughout the contest to see and sample my rivals' work, you know? But each time I did, nothing seemed to have any flavor. It's hereditary? Oh, hell no, bruh! He got the C virus. Must have been nerves. What? Nothing Mr. Gusto tasted had any flavor, or it's infectious. What, like airborne? That's insane. That seems like it could be an important clue. Oh, what the freak? It's him that's sick? He was the sick one! Two, you say? So your son had a taste disorder then, am I correct? But like the thing is, like the son is always like wants to be the one tasting his stuff. No, it's because he needs to make it and then his son is the taste tester. If the son says it's okay, then oh, he's like, oh yeah, okay, this is safe. I don't know, man. Anyways, but was that really the case? Yeah. Taste disorders are difficult to live with. It isn't easy not being able to enjoy your food. You should know, after all, you just told me you'd experienced something like that during the contest. You said that nothing you sampled had any flavor. Those were your words, correct? Which would seem to suggest that you were suffering from a taste disorder. Confectioner without a sense of taste is not exactly ideal. Are you sure it wasn't actually your own condition you were seeking a cure for, Mr. Gusto? Yeah. Yes. I've had enough of your speculations. I managed just fine in that contest, made all my own entries, no problems. Ah, shit, I don't know. Huh, sorry, but I'm afraid you're contradicting your own testimony. You already admitted that you and Mr. Frost had worked together during the contest. It's too late to claim you did it all on your own now. Or well, Frost could be his taste tester too. You would have us believe that you are a man of principle, a dedicated student of the confectioner's art. Yet you abandoned those principles and conspired with Mr. Frost to rig the contest. So also you could cure your own taste disorder. You got me, Mr. Prosecutor. As you said, my sense of taste was shot. My son's was fine. Same! Okay, so the son was fine. Ha! I kept it hidden for so long. 18 years and nobody knew. Sadly, you can lie to others, but you can't lie to me. Both Mr. Gusto and Miss Frost entered the contest hoping to obtain the ultimate cookbook. For the medicine that would cure Mr. Gusto's disorder and the money it would bring in for Mr. Frost. Thus, an uneasy alliance was forged. And that, I believe, is checkmate. Oh, same. Sheesh! And that's just the mind chess! Ha! I'll admit it. You're good. I never told anybody any of this, but you figured it all out anyways. It's true. 18 years ago, I developed Aozora. This is funny because age is like, you know, age in English, and usia is like age in Indonesian. Usia literally means age in Indonesian. It's age or usia. Okay, Aozora. What's Aozora? It's a taste disorder that makes it so you can't taste anything at all. A confectioner's worst nightmare. Mr. Fender, is this what Mr. Tangaroa had as well? No, the big man had what they call dissociated taste disorder. Basically something he could taste just fine while others had no flavor at all. So he suffered too. Can't have been easy. It's not when there wasn't a way to cure it on the market. Which is why you needed Mr. Tangaroa's cookbook. So you admit now that that was the real reason you entered the contest? It was only one of the reasons. I wasn't lying when I said I wanted the title. When I put my mind to something, it gets done, and I won't lose to anybody. I may not have been able to taste it then, but I still knew my stuff was good enough to win. Oh, so you went into the final thinking you stood a good chance of winning? Of course. What was it that Fender said about what Mr. Tangaroa thought of Mr. Gusto's creations? Mr. Gusto's creations were a perfect balance of flavor and design, at least after the semi-final. But disappointingly, his entry for the final was subpar on both counts. We were told that your entry for the final was far from the prize-winning taste sensation you described. What happened, Mr. Gusto? What went wrong that day? Fine. You want me to talk? I'll talk. But you're not going to like what I have to say. Ooh. Dang, is this like the final stretch? Well, I mean, not final stretch, but like, I hope this is like the beginning of the final stretch. Frost and I were working together right after the semi-final. I handled the flavor, he did the designing. But I wanted to face Tangaroa in the final on my own. No help, just me and my skills. So I helped Frost with his entry, but mine, I did alone. If it didn't taste good in the final, that's on me. What can I say? I lack training. No, you lack the taste buds. And that's all there is to it. Happy now? Ugh, there don't seem to be any obvious contradictions in his testimony. Yep. Not that I thought it would be easy to get anything real out of him. He's managed to not let slip what really happened for 18 years or so. Yeah, it's kind of like going for a very soft landing, so like you descend really slowly. Feels like it, yeah. Why don't you try pushing him a bit, Mouserino? See if you can't shake something loose. Okay, so we gotta like press everything. Right.
Hold it!
Frost was in charge of designing the work you both submitted while you handled the taste? Yeah, he was a sculptor, a craftsman, and his sense of design was second to none. But he was clueless about confectionery, which is where I came in. We each did what the other couldn't. You can't even taste anything, man. And boy, did you not have an eye for aesthetics, not even for the simple stuff. Whoa, that's good! How did you like me now? Oh, that's kinda fancy. Huh, the national symbol of Zhengfa. Oh yeah, it's a phoenix. That's awesome. I'll say, pretty different to the stuff you were pumping out 18 years ago. Ha 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 ha! Behold the fruits of my training! He's so proud. I've dedicated my whole life to my craft. Yeah, he may be a murderer, but he can make a mean bird. But back then, we both needed each other's help, so we joined hands until the final. Right.
Hold it!
You're serious about winning the title, then? Of course, the art of confectionery is my life. Why wouldn't I have wanted to be crowned the greatest? But I still had a lot to learn back then. Guess it's no surprise my work wasn't up to scratch. But the title wasn't the only thing you wanted. There was the cookbook too. And you wanted the book even more than you wanted the title. Isn't that right, Mr. Gusto?
Overruled.
Mr. Edgeworth, you are badgering a witness who is still suffering the effects of today's attack. Badgering the witness. That's what Edgeworth always says to Phoenix. I cannot allow this harassment to continue. I understand, Your Honor, but ignore him, Mr. Gusto. You need not answer that vile prosecutor's question. She just called us vile. But please do continue your testimony in your own time. So I helped Frost with his entry.
Hold it!
So you're saying Mr. Frost didn't help you at all? But he helped you up until then, correct? It's a bit strange for him to stop solely in the contest now, because he's freaking dead, dude. Strange or not, it's the truth. Could be he had his reasons too. I wouldn't know. If he's lying, it's gonna be a headache to prove. 18 years is a long time. Not unless that gizmo of yours has a built-in lie detector, okay? If it did, I'd have stolen the show from Mr. Edgeworth long before now. Don't worry, Fender. I can tell when he's lying. No doohickeys assistance required. Please, Mr. Gusto.
Hold it!
And yet I heard that your creations prior to the final were scored highly for their flavor, so what went wrong? Was there some kind of cooking accident on that day? No, nothing like that. It was... I told you, I had a taste disorder. My sense of taste failed me. It's as simple as that. But Mr. Frost's entry was complimented on its flavor. Your sense of taste hadn't failed you then. Did something happen overnight? I don't think he's going to spill any more beans, Mr. Edgeworth. Perhaps I should ask him about something else. Oh. The freaky... You, Mr. Frost, from before the contest, correct? You remembered, I see.
Hold it!
It was no coincidence that you both entered the contest, correct? I heard about it first, then I told Frost. I knew he'd be interested. He was always short of cash for his sculptures. Yes, that's true. I don't think I find a contradiction there. I see that glint in your eye, kiddo. Don't get your great thieving hopes up. It was worth a lot back then, but these days you can find most of the stuff in there or on any drugstore shelf. Oh, bummer. An 18-year-old mystery, and the key to unraveling it is finally in my grasp.
Hold it!
Did something change between the semifinal and the final, Mr. Gusto? Not really. The only difference was just Frost wasn't helping me. The difference was that he died.
Objection!
I can think of one significant difference between the semifinal and the final, Mr. Gusto. Yeah, because like I told you, like the sun is a taste tester, right? Your son, this is him in the photograph, correct? You told me he was here with you up through the semifinal. He was what of it? What indeed, he was here with you until the semifinal, until he suddenly wasn't for the final. What happened to him, actually? And just as suddenly, your work went from being lauded for its flavor to being lambasted from it. I don't think that's a coincidence, do you? He wasn't just spending quality time with his father, he was playing a much more pivotal role than that. I just wanted him to see me hard at work, to show him I was trying my best for us. Who knows, maybe it was him being here that helped me do so well in those early rounds. Yeah, it actually would be, yeah. He talks a good game, but nothing about this guy screams super dad to me. Indeed, thankfully we would only have to give such an idea credence if his story were true. After all, how much could the encouragement of one small boy affect the taste of a grown man's work? Mr. Gusto prided himself on the flavor of his creations, but then he lost his sense of taste. He must have had a tough time maintaining his high standards after such a devastating loss, unless... I'm sure your son was here to cheer you on, but that wasn't all he was here to do, was it? You're a very suspicious man, Mr. Prosecutor, but why not try answering yourself for a change? What was an elementary school kid doing here other than support his father? To taste your creations! Your son knew the taste of your work pretty well, I imagine, Mr. Gusto. He was my biggest fan, of course he knew it. In which case, he would have been a good judge of whether something tasted on brand, so to speak, no? What are you implying? You've already told us that you were suffering from a taste disorder. I'll admit it. You're good. I never told anybody any of this, but you figured it all off anyways. It's true. 18 years ago, I developed agesia. No one knew about your condition. Indeed, I doubt Mr. Frost would have wanted to continue collaborating with you had he found out. After all, it was your job to make sure his creations tasted good. Right. Therefore, your son wasn't just here to support you. He was helping you by taste testing your work. Yes. Now it all makes sense. Frost's stuff tasted good because it really was finished the day before when the kid was still here. What? You have a vivid imagination, Mr. Prosecutor. But do you seriously think I'd trust a kid to tell me how to adjust the taste of my masterpieces? I have some pride, you know, even back then. Did you now? My designs may not have been much to write home about back then, but I always knew my work tasted better than anybody else's. You think I'd risk everything by putting my reputation in the hands of a child? This is just more speculation. That's all it is. In that case, I ask to speak with your son this instant. Let's see how much of your story he can corroborate. Sadly for you, my son is no longer my concern. What? As soon as I got my sense of taste back, I went straight to Singfa to start my training. And cut off all ties with the kid for good. What? You abandoned your own child? What? And that ain't the half of it. No one knows where he is, even now. The cops have looked all over for him, but no dice. So, still think you can prove your asinine theory? I'd like to see you try. Yeah? You think I care about anything besides confectionery? Think again. I got my sense of taste back. What need do I have for a son? What the heck? Silence in the courtroom. We're not in court, lady. While Mr. Gusto's words and actions may demonstrate a certain lack of humanity on his part, even though he may be a despicable human being, the goddess of justice cannot judge him for that. Therefore, Mr. Edgeworth, I believe it is time for you to admit defeat. Yeah, give it up. 18 years is a long time for anything to surface now, proof or otherwise. Mr. Edgeworth, we have to do something. Where's his son, I wonder? If we don't, the truth might be lost forever. Where are you, Detective Gumshoe? Can't imagine whose blood it could possibly be, but I'll get it tested right away, sir. Huh? Please do, Detective. That's the last piece of the puzzle. Shoot! Did he kill his child? Nah, that's good. That's too cruel. He can't kill the son. Once we know whose blood it is. Hey, Miles. Sorry to cut in on your mind palace, son, but I was pondering something myself. Our friend Gusto didn't come here just to check up on the body, did he? Oh, freaky. You mean because he tried to open the case? Exactamundo! Think we have anything that might explain why he tried to do that? We might, if Detective Gumshoe can make it back in time with a certain piece of evidence. That's quite enough idle chatter, defense. Now if you... Mr. Edgeworth, sir, sorry to keep you waiting! Freaky. Oh my goodness. Okay, well... I take it you have the test results, Detective? Yes, sir! The lab just got back to me! Can we not? Now then, am I right to assume that you are bringing us the evidence Mr. Edgeworth was just speaking of? What? Hey, no fair! Why didn't anybody tell me about any of this? It is indeed the evidence in question, Your Honor. It needed testing, so I asked him to carry it out. What the? Why is everybody always helping you? I'm supposed to be the one in charge here. Mr. Winner, I'm sorry I didn't involve you, but this is important. Can we at least hear what the detective has to say? Well, alright. So, Detective Gumshoe, what did the test have to tell us? You're not going to believe this, but the owner of the blood we found in the liquid at the bottom of the Gemini case is... Oh, his blood? What the freaky? What are you talking about? Thank you, Detective. You've been very helpful. Well, it looks like my suspicions were correct. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, what do you mean? Explain yourself. Yeah, actually, explain yourself. What? What is the significance of this blood to this case? It's only the very thing the perpetrator of the I-7 incident has been trying to hide all these years. Oh, so like his blood got on it? And he was trying to like get rid of the trace of his blood. The fact that your blood was found inside the Gemini case, Mr. Gusto, is as good as us finding your blood lying right next to Mr. Frost's body.
Overruled.
Why would there be traces of your blood there, of all places, Mr. Gusto? If you won't answer Her Honor, Mr. Gusto, then I will. There wasn't just blood in the liquid from the Gemini case. There were traces of salt and sugar, too. There were? And if you remember, one particular part of Mr. Frost's work was allegedly very salty indeed. Oh, the liar! You're talking about what Delicia told us back then, right? What was it again? Did they ever? I've never tried ices so scrumptious in all my life. Really, man? I wish I could have had a bite. Well, scrumptious except for the salty bit, of course. That was unbearable. The salty bit? in the other photo you've got there. This bit, the harpy thing. Gemini's lyre. Yes, the lyre, and only the lyre tasted of it as if it had been flavored with salt. There were no traces of salt anywhere else in Mr. Frost's entry. Very interesting. Then perhaps you can tell us, Mr. Edgeworth. Where did the salt and the lyre come from? Shit, I don't know, bro. What? The salt lamp. Freaky, I don't know.
Take that!
This is the lamp from the I-7 incident. Indeed, and I believe that the salt that gave the lyre its flavor came from just such a... Ew! Mr. Fontcarma had established that both salt lamps were in Mr. Tangaroa's room at the time of the crime. One of them was used to kill Mr. Frost, and it was stained with his blood, but no corresponding pool of blood was found in Mr. Tangaroa's room. Right, because the culprit had chucked a piece of chocolate with that on it into the little stream. Furthermore, aside from the lyre, no traces of salt were found anywhere else in Mr. Frost's room either. Hey, come to think of it, the lamps we found in Delicia's room were both broken. The lamps appeared to be broken. Bulbs are smashed. Both of them. Maybe they fell and broke on the floor? Nah. They never did figure out how the one that wasn't used to kill Frost got busted, but... Are we thinking maybe it had Gusto's blood on it at some point? Oof. Anyone whose blood was found on one of the lamps would have been a person of interest to the police. So the killer needed to hide the blood somehow, and in a way that wouldn't arouse suspicion. And you are seriously suggesting that the lyre was used to do just that? I am. I suspect that the bloody salt was somehow applied to the lyre so that it could be hidden inside the case. Because unlike the fountain water, the sculptures would have needed more time and care to test properly. And so he waited and waited for his chance to dispose of the lyre undetected. Then the reason he's here today is... 18 years ago, Mr. Frost's body and the evidence pointing to his killer were taken away together. This, of course, was not part of the perpetrator's plan, and thus a new dilemma arose. The possibility that the body, the incriminating evidence, or both would resurface one day. So back he comes 18 years later, sneaking in bright and early to try and cover his tracks. Well, Mr. Gusto, are you finally ready to admit it? That you are the one responsible for the I-7 incident? Mr. Gusto, it's all because of you that Samson... Oh my. Gusto. So I finally got caught, huh? All these years later. Nobody came close back then. Not even the big shot prosecutor or the attorney. That's some impressive work, Mr. Prosecutor. I have to hand it to you. You admit it then, that you murdered Artie Frost? Yeah. Sure I do. I did it. I killed him. But he only had himself to blame. What do you mean by that? Damn. He agreed to help me. We were supposed to help each other so that one of us could win. And whoever won was supposed to let the other use the cookbook. But on the day of the final, the rat finally showed his true colors. Seriously, Frost? We had a deal. Sorry, I'm not helping you in the final. Our little agreement is over, Gusto. But I helped you! I spent all day yesterday making the ice for your pieces. Did you? And you can prove that, I suppose. What do you... Wait, you were planning to betray me right from the start, weren't you? After Frost double-crossed me, I had to make my piece for the final by myself. And like you said, my son wasn't there, so I didn't have any help with the flavor either. So much for the pride you claim to have in your ability to make delicious desserts. Go ahead and judge. You have no idea what it was like for someone like me to lose my sense of taste. I give up everything to become the best. Everything. I take pride in that. Something someone like you could never understand. You're right. I don't understand. Did you take pride in the fact that you resorted to murder? Or that you abandoned your son? Why would I want to understand someone who could do such things? A man can't afford to rely on other people. I learned that the hard way 18 years ago. My son never showed up on the day of the final. And in hindsight, I wouldn't be surprised if Frost was the reason why. Why would you think that? What exactly happened to your son? How am I supposed to know? I told you, he's none of my concern anymore. And according to you guys, nobody knows where he is now either. And you don't care? You're horrible. So with his disappearance, so too went your chances of winning, correct? Yeah, I had to find another way of getting my hands on that book. That's when inspiration struck. I decided to skip afternoon tea and snuck into Tangaroa's room. Man, it should have been so easy. All I had to do was photograph the formulas I needed and get out of there. But then Frost showed up. I thought I might find you here, stealing recipes from the famous cookbook, Frost! What's this? A cure for taste disorders? Oh no, that's just too tragic. A confectioner who can't taste anything? What will people say? If you tell anybody, I'll... Well, I guess he kinda deserved it. You'll what? You can't even hit me, you miserable worm. Why, you... Frost shoved me hard when I went to punch him, knocked me clean off my feet. I crashed into one of the lamps. Must have been where my blood got on it. So Mr. Frost wasn't the first to get hurt. When it was all over, I realized I had to get rid of that blood somehow, so I scraped off all the bloodied bits. I dissolved those salt shavings in some flavored ice mixture and brushed it all over the harp. And that's how you made the evidence linking you to the murder vanish. Frost was going to blackmail me. He would have made me give him money to keep quiet about my condition. So you decided you had to kill him? Yeah, I guess I did. Yeah, you know what? You go, King. Why would I let him live? Would you want someone holding something like that over your head? Besides, he's the one who drew first blood. Makes for a solid case of self-defense, don't you think? I think so, honestly. Like, he's a freaking jerk. So that was the impetus behind it all. Anyways, I initially took the lamp to Frost's room, went straight there once I'd figured out how I was going to hide the bloody part. Inspired by all the ice sculpting tools lying about the place, I guess. You're not as dumb as you pretend to be. Yeah, figured I could use them to chip it off and grind it up. Yeah. They're both slime bags. Yeah, but like, Frost was like the one who... Kuranger, you know? Frost was the one who started it. You know? I think he got... You know, it's like... It's kind of like fuck around and find out, right? Once that was done... Like, you know, like my... Like, my moral... My morally okay side of me is like... Oh, damn, you know... You shouldn't murder people, but like... Another side of me is just like... Yeah, you know, you fuck around and find out, you know? You think... You know, you think you have the upper hand? You can just get killed if you know... Yeah. Once that was done, painting the stuff all over the harp was easy. But why Samson? Why did you have to frame me? Oh, right, he framed Samson. I never meant for the cops to pin it on him. That was your fault. You and the rest of them. Why do you think I went to the trouble of placing the lamps and cloths back in Scone's room? There's only one reason to plant the murder weapon in the room of another contestant, and that's to cast suspicion on that person. What? You tried to frame me, Gusty Pants? Yeah. But why? Why poor old me? I respected Tangaroa. He was the best, a true champion. But you're an imposter. I would never have wanted him to take the fall. But you're a fraud. Your work wasn't even real. You had no respect for our craft at all. You deserve to be punished for what you did. Oh, Gusty, how could you? I mean, well, yeah, that's true. And had you refrained from eating Tangaroa's work, Frostbuddy wouldn't have been found. Yeah, it's all her fault, actually. My plan was to wait until Tangaroa was judging your room. That's when I'd sneak the corpse into Frost's room and freeze it. But thanks to you, Bound here found it before I had a chance to retrieve it. I don't understand. Why did you need to freeze his body at all? Ha! Why, indeed. Mr. Edgeworth, surely you must know. Why did Mr. Gusto need to freeze Mr. Frost's body? What the freaky? I don't know. to pass it off as an ice sculpture? A for maniac. No. I don't know. To obscure the time of death is so freaking boring, bro. To make it tastier. No, this is so much more badass, though. This is so, like, yeah, whatever, man. You know. To add some protein to the dessert. If they determined that the murder occurred during afternoon tea, he would have been an obvious suspect. Yeah, bingo! Freezing Frost's body wasn't simple, preparing everything took time. So I decided to put his body in the chest in Tangro's room while I got everything ready in Frost's. At the time, it seemed like the perfect hiding place. I never counted on some gluttonous pharmacist showing up and making the whole ship collapse. Damn! Plump sword taking the fall again. I still don't get it though. Why disguise the body as a nice sculpture at all? I don't know, because it's badass. Because it's like artsy, you know? Like, hee arty Frost, you know? Death befitting his name. The sooner it was found, the smaller the effect of freezing it would have had on masking the time of death. Therefore, he needed to disguise it, at least until it would be fully frozen. How awful. Using Mr. Yeah, like Frost art, right? Using Mr. Frost's own word to help you cover up the truth behind his murder. Whatever, man. Ironically, Tangro would have been just fine if the body hadn't been found before I got it out of his room. Yeah, so it's all Scone's fault. If only things had gone to plan, he wouldn't even have been arrested, let alone convicted. You mean it was my fault? Everything that happened to Samson? Yeah, kind of. It was all because I found the body? Don't let him get inside your head, Judes. None of this is your fault. If it wasn't Samson, it would have been Delicia instead. She would have been the one they arrested. Either way, there's only one person to blame here, and that's Gusto. It didn't help that the initial detective was so bad at his job either. He never even told the prosecutor that the body had vanished. So stupid. So then Mr. Von Karma had unwittingly placed Mr. Tangro under arrest in the absence of a body. I mean, I guess it would explain why he was so keen to wrap things up. Still, you'd think he'd notice something as big as that if he'd taken a look at a few reports, right? Not if someone had been deliberately distorting the facts of the case, though. Either way, it seems that Mr. Von Karma didn't know about the body until after the arrest had been made. But admitting that would have spoiled his perfect record. Yeah, like the craziest thing is like, how did it not get out that they lost the body? Like somebody like must have been talking behind, right? Like they never found the body. Yeah, right? So he kept it to himself and proceeded to prosecute Mr. Tangro regardless. Can this really be true? And she's like, same. You don't feel bad at all? Somebody spent 18 years in prison because of you. Yeah, stick and stones, girlie. Sticks and stones. What a jerk. I ought to arrest you right now, pal. I'm afraid I can't allow you to do that, detective. So you noticed, huh? Glad somebody did. The judge is right. You can't lay a finger on me. What? Why? You just confessed to murder. Ah, stupid Statute of Limitations. No idea, huh? Then I guess I better lay it out for you. He's gonna be like, it's past the limit, motherfucker. And we were gonna be like, oh, how long were you in Teng Fa? He's like, oh, I don't know, 10 years. And we're like, ha, checkmate. I killed Frost 18 years ago. The statute of limitation for murder in this country is 15 years. You do the math. You can't arrest me. Me doing the math? You think I'd have confessed otherwise? That's right. The statute of limitations is only 15 years. Is this really the end of the line, Mr. Edgeworth? Once the statute has expired, he can't be charged, so... But... How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm afraid that bold Mr. Gusto's confession and your deductions will have to be struck from the record. Apasi! Oh my god, I'll struck your forehead with that hammer, girl. Then that Mr. Tangaroa's conviction will remain in place. But we've finally proven that the police never had Mr. Frost's body in their possession. Even if we can't arrest Mr. Gusto, surely the Mr. Tangaroa has grounds for a retrial on that basis? Does he? I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid that the goddess' judgments are somewhat harder to overturn than you might imagine. So the committee means for the verdict from 18 years ago to stand no matter what? Bad luck, Mr. Prosecutor. Zame. Yeah, right. Even if they couldn't convict Gusto, they could still get off Tangaroa. Yeah, whatever, man. But they can convict Gusto, okay? They can convict him. Yeah. Get ready for them to assume you can't read. Oh, I'm so ready. Mama. There must be something we can do. Something to bring Mr. Gusto down. Of course, there is something we can do. Let's press everything.
Hold it!
The passage of time doesn't diminish what you did, girl. It sure diminishes one thing, though. Your ability to arrest me. Oh, we can arrest you. We can arrest you real good. For vandalizing the museum. Oh my god. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, he freaking vandalized the museum. Come on, man. Remember when he, did that blowtorch thing on the display? We can arrest him for vandalizing. And, locking the door. What the? This issue isn't as open and shy as you're making out to be, Detective. You can't touch me. It's too late for that.
Hold it!
Depending on your actions over the last 18 years, the statute might not have expired yet. Exactement. This ought to be good. Alright, I got nothing to hide. If there's something you want to ask, ask it. Oh, ha. Tell us where you've been and what you've been doing since the incident. Sure. Not long after the contest, I was able to cure my taste disorder thanks to the formula from that book. And not so long after that, I went to Chungfa to really buckle down and hone my craft. Yep. That explains a lot. We tried to contact you after the fact, but I guess you were long gone by then, huh? Could be. I left, let's see, around a year after the murder. It was before Tangaroa's last day in court. Going to Chungfa was the best thing I ever did. Flavor, design, I'm the full package now. Ooh!
Objection!
And all on the backs of those whose lives you destroyed. What's an omelet without a few eggs? Nothing, Mr. Prosecutor, nothing. Dude, how is the kid doing right now? You're evil. Sticks and stones, girly. You can't arrest me, and that's all that matters. There has to be something I can get out of him. Yes. His training in Chungfa, yeah. I'd like you to tell us more about your training in Chungfa, if you wouldn't mind. Fine. I later went to Chungfa to train, and I finally became the best in the world. What the freaking... Okay, we'll press this. Chungfa? And you were there for a while, I imagine. Yeah, I left some time after the investigation had wrapped up. I'd been meaning to go there and start my studies for a while. Yeah, but how long? And thanks to the hard work I put in? Woo! Sheesh! My designs are now world class. Sorry, we're hyping up the criminal, but he makes a mean dragon. Whoa, that's amazing! You like it? It's yours. Aww, really? Alright! So we spent some time in Chungfa training.
Hold it!
Depending on your actions, the... Oh, sorry.
Objection!
Would you mind telling us more about Mr. Tangaroa's final day in court? Fine.
Hold it!
And you weren't summoned as a witness at any point by the prosecution or defense. I had more important things to do than worry about some court case. I was busy getting ready to go and become the best. Gregory and me searched high and low for the guy. Seemed like he didn't want to be found. Oh. Okay. So maybe the Zhengfa. How to... Oh, here.
Objection!
So, like, yeah, I went to Zhengfa to train because the evidence says that the statute is suspended for the time of any accomplices indicted. The statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country. So I hope this is it.
Objection!
I was expecting that he would say how long, but I guess this is enough. The statute of limitations for murder is subject to the following conditions. Sorry, I'm stretching right now. Okay. The statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country. Okay, which means that the time you spent abroad doesn't count towards the total time under the statute. No way! So it's like someone hit pause while he was in Zhengfa? It appears that there may be time left on the clock yet, but that will depend on how long you stay in Zhengfa, Mr. Gusto. Oh yeah, now we're getting the time. It was... Oh, sheesh! Yeah, dang, we still have time! Let's freaking go! That's what I told you guys, 2 or 3 years. If we went to like something like a vocational school or something for sweets, right? That would be like 2 years, and like with some prep, it would easily be like 3 years. And like... maybe some training takes 3 years, so yeah. Clutch! Nobody say anything until I've done the math. It's the same. Everybody quiet. Why didn't he lie? I don't know, because I guess like he kind of figured out that we could have like checked his records. Like passport or something. Like visa. The murder happened 18 years back. The statute is 15 years at the 3 overseas. 15 plus 3 makes exactly 18. Which means no way. Yeah, and it's still April, so we still have time because like the incident 18 years ago was in December. Mr. Edgeworth, you did it! The statute hasn't expired after all. Oh, bingo! 18 years exactly. Glad you worked it out for yourselves. He's just been stringing us along this whole time. Why is he laughing? We're good, aren't we? We can arrest him now. I had to break it to you, little sis, but... I-7 went down at the end of December. Oh, so it's April now, which means... Oh! Strictly speaking, it's been 18 years and 4 months since Frostmere. No, there has to be something else, bro. Like, maybe he went to Singapore or something. If Gusto staying in Zhengfa really lasted 3 years on the nose is not enough, we're a few months short. Well, maybe it's these 3 months and 4 months. We don't know. Not enough. But. What did I tell you? You can't touch me. I hated to admit it, but he read the board well when he made his confession. Oh. How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth. If only the statute has been suspended for another year. Oh, well, did he go somewhere another year? Huh? Did he get held back in a confectionery school? Those who would overturn the goddess's judgment must be willing to pay the price should they fail. And you, Mr. Edgeworth, have failed. Oh, jeez, there must be something I can do. I knew it. Well, if the law can't bring Mr. Gusto to justice then... Judes, what are you thinking? What? What are we looking at right now? The statute is suspended for the time of any accomplice's indictment. to the end of their trial. Oh my god! She's gonna turn herself in because she took the statue! Ow!
Objection!
There's no need to go adding to your rap sheet just yet. We're not done here. Far from it. Because there's still a way we can nail him. There is? Alright, Mazzarino, pep talk. I need you to think back over everything we know about the case. Gusto's overlooked one critical... Oh, Tangaroa was convicted as an accomplice? Ah, shit. Wait. Really? Wait. What did it say? Ah, merak, bentar. The statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice indictment to the end of their trial. Oh, so we still have a period, and then we have to pray that their indictment up until that trial is more than 4 months for Tangaroa. So we pray. We pray it's more than 4 months. It took an entire year? Oh, holy shit. So it's not Singapore after all. It's Tangaroa. It's not Singapore after all, guys. Oh. I thought it was gonna be like, I'm gonna turn myself in as accomplice and make it poetic. And we're like, oh, okay. Somehow we can make it count towards the 18 years. Even though she did, she turns herself in now. But like the case was 18 years. So like, maybe we can bend the rules a little bit. But no, it's Tangaroa's. Anyways, which is, he wasn't there for Samson's last trial, remember? Best I can say, he doesn't seem to know what the final verdict that came down that day is. I see. Alright. Which means there's still one way left to us. Crack open your statutes for dummies there and take another look. 17 years ago, they really did a number on Samson and framed him like a pretty picture. But if we make good use of that verdict now, we can make Gusto pay in full for what he's done. Fender, are you... Those who would overturn the goddess's judgment must be willing to pay the price should they fail. Samson's my client, Miles, and I can't bring myself to use the source of his pain as a weapon in this fight. So whether we play our last card or not, it's gonna have to be up to you. Well, we have to, kind of! Bringing Mr. Gusto to justice can only happen if I use the outcome of that hard-fought trial. So should I raise an objection and play that card? Yeah, no shit, bro! Remember your dad! My father and Mr. Fontkarma, one sought to reveal the truth, the other to hide it. I know which path I choose to follow, the one that seeks to reveal the truth. Excuse me. This court has reached its final verdict. The record will state that Mr. Gusto has been found not guilty on all counts. What about you?
Objection!
No, Your Honor, Mr. Carmelo Gusto is absolutely guilty. And I refuse to let him walk away. His crimes are too unspeakable to go unpunished. Do you mean to suggest that you have grounds upon which to call for his arrest? I do. Now to show Judge Gavel something that proves the statute of limitations hasn't yet expired. So like the statutes for dummies again?
Take that!
Oh, so it's wrong? Hey, Bego, don't you know? Don't you read that final part? It says if accomplice, boom bang, boom bang, you... Oh, okay, like the case that says that Tangaroa is accomplice. It says Tangaroa accomplice. Yes. Okay, so we present this.
Take that!
Is there a particular page of the suspect data? I'd like to direct your attention to the page concerning the suspect. As you can see, Samson Tangaroa was convicted as an accomplice, and it took around 1 year from his indictment for that verdict to be reached. Yes, that does seem to be the case. The book gave us detailed certain conditions pertaining to the Statute of Limitations for murder. One of them, as I mentioned, is that the statute is suspended if the suspect flees the country. And another states that the statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial. What? Tangaroa was convicted as an accomplice? Yep, guess you were in Sengfa when the verdict came down. Samson was convicted as an accomplice, not as the main perpetrator. Which is clearly news to you, and not good news either, am I right? But how can that be? Tangaroa wasn't an accomplice to anyone. He was innocent and you know it. Oh, we know it. It's what we've been trying to prove all along. And in a pleasing twist of fate, his wrongful conviction will be the very thing that sets him free. If you spent 3 years in Sengfa, and your accomplice Samson Tangaroa was on trial for 1 year, it means you can still be charged with Mr. Frost's murder up to 19 years after the fact. In other words, the statute of limitations hasn't expired at all. The goddess's judgment is infallible, but that of her servants, it appears, is not. It seems the prosecutor in charge of this case may have erred. Unbelievably, we may have no choice but to instigate a full inquiry. No! How could this? You weren't supposed to be able to. 18 years? That's a long time to let somebody else suffer for your crimes. It's time to pay the piper, Gusto, and not a moment too soon. Damn. Gregory pose. But I'm finally the greatest. My brilliance has been recognized. I gave up everything for this. Everything. Even my son. Dude, where is his son? More's the pity. But you can't run from the law forever. Because the bills come due at last. Baked into a pie probably is crazy. Oh. Breakdown time. Oh, what the hell, doppelganger? Where's his son? Mr. Gusto's all set for his trip downtown, sir. Oh, good, which means it's your turn next, right? I suppose so. His son got gommaged is crazy. Judes, I'm so sorry. I've caused you all so much trouble. But thank you. Thank you so much for bringing Mr. Gusto to justice at last. I'm afraid there's no escaping the consequences of your actions, Miss Bound, but those actions were born of the legal mistakes that were made all those years ago. We all know that. So allow me to apologize in return, on behalf of the prosecution. Oh no, I have no one to blame but myself for it all. Starting with those sculptures. Hey Jude, you think maybe you might want me to represent you? I'm not some nervous newbie anymore. And there's no way I'm letting you take the rap for everything. Aw, the tears. Oh, I'd be honored. Thank you, Mr. Fender. Her tears are like whipped cream. That's so cute. Sorry, ma'am, but you gotta come with me now. Of course. Oh. Judge Gavel, why did you lie to us? Lie? What are you talking about? You implied that there was no case for a retrial, but as we've proven, that wasn't true. Surely anyone truly committed to seeing justice done would have called one as soon as the body was found. I am under no obligation to answer such questions. Huh. And you clearly have no intention of doing so either. Truly, you are proving to be quite a threat to the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. What? As such, you give me little choice but to report back on your continued transgressions. No doubt you will be called to appear before the committee in due course. What? Now, I must be on my way. What the heck? Exactly, Kay! What the heck? And after you caught the real killer and everything! Isn't that what prosecutors are supposed to do? Regardless of how it may all play out, I will never regret what we accomplished here today. Mr. Edgeworth! Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! Yes? Why did you stick your nose in this case anyway? You weren't even on the job. My job is to bring the truth to light, Mr. Winner. Not only as a prosecutor, but as a person. Wow. I don't get it. I wouldn't expect you to understand, not as long as you believe that closing a case makes you a winner. That's going way over my head. Aw, he's so clueless. He's just a child. I'm going home. What was that all about? Yusta still has a lot to learn is all. Milesy Wilesy. Yes? I just wanted to say old Greggy Pegleg would have been proud of you today. Oh, look at me tearing up. That, and thanks for helping poor Sammy Poople. Of course. Hey Angie, looks like you cleared everything up, huh? So, what happened exactly? I was kind of busy sketching. Wait, where did Judy and Verity go? You really weren't paying attention, were you? Though I'm loath to admit it, Larry's sketches did come through for us on more than one occasion. Yeah, his art is so good. Not that I'm about to tell him that. Quit it with the glaring, will ya? Whatever I did, I'm sorry! Calm down, Larry. I wasn't glaring at you. You totally were. You're just like your pop. He was a terrible liar, too. He was? Listen, I'm gonna head out. I need to fill Samson in on what went down today. You wanna come with? Yes, of course. Great! Then I'm coming too! Okay. Phew! So, what's Mr. Tangaroa like? I can't wait to finally meet him. Oh, he's a real sweetheart. You'll love him. Even while locked up, he can't help but make all sorts of cookies and cakes for everyone. That's why 3 p.m. cake extravaganza is a thing for prisoners and guards alike. What the heck? Damn, they're gonna miss him once he's out of prison. Really? That sounds awesome. You think there'll be any left for us to try? Didn't we find a few slices of chocolate cake in the prison the other day? Could there have been some of Mr. Tangaroa's baked goods? Kami! What are you doing here? I heard you all were coming to see Mr. Tangaroa, so I volunteered to escort him. Hello, new friends. I'm Samson Tangaroa. He's already old. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth at your service. And I'm Mr. Edgeworth's trusty sidekick, Kay Faraday. It's very nice to meet you both. Miles here is Gregory's son. Is that so? Your father was very kind to me and fought so hard for my case. But in the end, I betrayed him. I made a false confession and... Don't worry, Mr. Tangaroa. Mr. Fenner has explained everything to me. Sure did, and now we're here to tell you the truth about what happened 18 years ago. The truth? Judy did all that for me? Crazy kid racked her brain for 18 years until she finally figured out how to set you free. What can I say? It turns out she really would do anything for you. Oh, Judy, I never did anything to deserve such devotion. Come now, Mr. Tangaroa. I think we all know that's not true. The bond between the two of you has held strong for all these years, after all. You think so? Damn, what's the... Okay, oh my god, what's the item to present? I guess I'd better show him. Which piece of evidence is proof that the bond Mr. Tangaroa and Miss Bound share? Freaky, I don't know. This one? The poison gas is crazy! Bro, what the hell? Oh my god.
Take that!
Those chocolates, Judy made them, didn't she? Yes, she did. They're super delicious and sweet. Mrs. Mount continued making them just as you taught her, even after that fateful day. So that there would always be some waiting for you when you finally came home. Judy. I bet they're beyond super sweet then, aren't they? Very much so, I'm afraid. I only wish we could hand them to you. Don't worry, sir. I'll make sure he gets them later. Which would be a clear breach of prison policy. Not that I have the authority now to stop him. Well, you know, cake extravaganza isn't exactly, you know, a thing that's supposed to happen either, but yeah. Thank you very much. You know, Detective, something about you reminds me of Detective Bad. Really, pal? Because I look up to him a lot. He's my role model. Aww, that's sweet. I think I kind of see it, like the whole build and all. I like the way like he wears his jacket, his coat. You don't say. It seems fate likes to bring people of all sorts together, huh? You hang in there, Samson, just a little longer. Yes, I should be able to get you out soon. I'm sorry it's taken so long. Nobody should have to wait 18 years to get justice. Don't be silly, Eddie. I'm the one who should be saying sorry. Or rather... Thank you. Truly. Samson. Well, I guess it's my turn to wait for Judy to come home now. I'd better make sure there's something delicious on the table for her when she finally walks through that door. Don't let me down, Eddie. Leave it to me, big guy. The I-7 incident. It's been 18 long years, but this case was inherited from my father. It's finally coming to a close. Hey Miles, thanks for today, and sorry for forcing you to make the final call like that. Not at all, I simply made the call that felt right to me. Yes. What are you guys talking about? You know how Samson was wrongfully convicted? We had to pretend that he wasn't in order to nail Gusto. But to use his false conviction against him, even to save him, as his lawyer, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Yeah, I can see that. But now that Gusto's behind bars, I can finally start to get that wrongful conviction overturned. Yes, and I'm sure you will. Wait a minute, does this mean that even if you were only doing what's right, if the false conviction had been overturned before today, Mr. Gusto would have gone away scot-free? Yep. It's what we folks in the trade like to call a legal contradiction. The law is far from perfect, because of things like legal contradictions, right? Same. Yeah, but you never know. Things might change. The law is always evolving, just like us humans. Huh. Your Uncle Eddie and Malzarino included, am I right? The potential for growth and change. In people and the law, huh? So, Miles, are you going to keep fighting crime as a prosecutor or help people as an attorney? He's like, do you want to convert? He's like, do you want to convert? Something tells me you've got a big decision ahead of you. Only you can answer. I know. Well, let's just say I won't complain if you show up at the office one day. And on that note, it's time for me to skedaddle. I owe you big time, and I always repay my debts, but for now... Thanks again for today. I mean it. Bet the pay's better at the prosecutor's office. Yeah, I bet. Do you seem kind of in a hurry to get out of here to you? I don't know, he wants to pee maybe. He did. And honestly speaking, I'm the one who owes him a debt of gratitude. After all, he gave me the chance to reckon with my father's final case. When I was a boy, all I ever dreamed of was becoming an attorney like my father. But then, during my time with Mr. Fontkarma, I learned the way of the prosecutor instead. Eventually, with the help of some good friends, I found my own voice and a new way to live. But now my career as a prosecutor is at risk of being taken away from me. Those pesky committee members. It may be time to take another long, hard look at how I want to live my life, whether I like it or not. Damn. Hey, Gregory. Sorry for reporting in so late. It may have taken 18 years, But we're finally in a position to prove Samson's innocence. Aww. All thanks to your boy, Miles. I couldn't have done it without him. You should have seen him. The way he fought for the truth gave me chills. It was like I was watching you. Aww. Aww, that's a cute photo. Look, I know I'm not half the attorney you were, but those guiding principles you tried to instill in me, I like to think I'm embodying them now as I carry on your legacy. Here's hoping. Zame. Aww, that's so cute! Your boy will be joining me in that soon. Am I going to fight crime as a prosecutor, or help people as an attorney? What is the right answer? Which path should I choose? The end. Zame. Oh my god! Okay. Well, that was good. Next up is Turnabout Forsaken, but I think this is the right time to it's the right time to stop, and then we can start the new case next time. Wow, that was really good actually. I really like that one. The third case, that's actually good. Somebody said that when we actually started the third case, and that person is right. It was long, yes, but it didn't feel like it was like overstaying its welcome at all. In fact, I think it was perfect. Even like the last questioning didn't feel like dragging at all. Pacing wise is so good. Pacing was really good. Yeah. And that was great. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Okay, one thing I'm still thinking about is like where'd his son go? Where'd the guy's son go? He just like, oh yeah, like I abandoned my son. Oh yeah, and then oh yeah, he had no relatives. Like son couldn't be contacted. I'm like, where is he? You know? I'm just like scratching my head. Well, okay then. Don't worry about that. Not important. Whatever. What happened to his Artie Frost kid? I don't freaking know, man. Kids. He's fine. I mean, I'm sure. Anyways, thanks guys. We'll Slaughter Shadows. So acquaintances are what people are calling their husbands with whom they have 2 sons nowadays. I guess so, yeah. Well, we don't know the actual story about that. I don't know. Where's the kids, dude? It's been 18 years, so they would have been like... So if the photo was like them when they're like 6 years old plus 18, they would have been like they would have been like 24 at least. Or if they were in 1st grade, then that would be what? Oh, sorry. If they were in 6th grade for graduation, then that would have been... I don't think people in 6th grade look that short. Yeah. 12 plus 18 would be 30 years old. So if it's like a Nyugakushiki, it would have been 24. If it was a Sotsugyoshiki, it would have been 30 years old. Yeah. Alright. Anyways... So the Shadows, Frost might have won the child custody battle just before the final and prevented Gusto from seeing their son, which meant he couldn't win the final without his taste tester. So Gusto murdered him so he couldn't submit the court documents. Zame. And okay, now it's obvious why Frost won the custody battle for their sons. Gusto probably came to court like, wait, you can't take away my taste. Oh, my son, who I love, and lost the case. Yeah, I guess so. Damn. He was just like, oh, I abandoned my son as soon as I got my taste buds back, and it's just like damn, you know, he was like so much like, oh, I want to do something small for my kid. Like he always wants to be like the first to taste my stuff, yeah. And it's just like, hello, no way. Anyways, yeah, and maybe we'll come back to it, but it feels like we kind of glossed over the most alarming part of the case. Oh, freaky. Well, I'm trying to open my bottle. Then an elementary school child just disappeared without a trace, and no one apparently cared. I know, no, but I guess like they're gonna take care of it like behind the scenes or something. But we were just like, hello, what happened to him? But anyway, yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much. Terima kasih perhatiannya. Thank you very much for your attention. No stream tomorrow, but I will be at Ammonium with Kiwawa. So for Thai bros and to people who are coming to Thailand to see us, we will be there. I'll see you guys there. Thank you so much. Yay! Okay guys, salam rakyat. Say thank you. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Wee.